The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Who's gonna teach you how to dance? Who's gonna show you how to fly? Who's gonna call you on the lame, dope, smoking, slacking little sucker you are? Who's gonna get you from behind? Who's gonna ring your little bell? Who's gonna con you into buying a television fake? A revolution they sell.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Power Trip. I am your host, Devious Dave Rose, and thank you for joining us. This is episode 15, and I just want to make sure that all the audio is working well. So we're going to have to wait till it's a little delayed today, the stream. But yeah, if you can let me know that everything is playing okay. I've been having some audio issues. And the clip that I'll be playing, Scott is extremely low. He's probably stepped away from the screen or moved his mouth away from the screen's microphone, so it's more difficult to hear him. And the clip itself has to be boosted to an extraordinarily high level of audio volume to allow for it to be heard. So let's just check. The clip that okay, so I'm coming in quite loud. Or at least according to the volume level that I have. But now I'm going to play this clip here, and it is at 125% volume level. And we're going to have to forward a bit till we get to the point where we last left off.
Everything. I gave you everything. I gave you, Joe Cronin, and everybody everything. Know who I am. Learn my name. Speak my name. Every day. Scott, Scunty. Mark Scunty, Scott, Scuntent. I am your world.
So if you can let me know what that clip sounds like. I'm going to check as well.
Know who I am.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming in good on the stream. Because I've, again, like I said, all of the audio levels have been somewhat fucked up. So let's continue and get to the point where we last left off.
And they said I have a right to find out where you are. So by next week, I'm actually going to have an aerial view shot of exactly where you are with your father.
So just a reminder, we did listen to that yesterday, but this also just goes to show his delusion that he is basically saying that at some point this week he will have an aerial shot of my home. So be sure that if you do see him online, be sure to remind him that he set his own timeline for this, just like Simo did. And, well, he's going to have to adhere to it, or he warrants the contempt and embarrassment that people are going to, definitively give him. So, apparently Costanza says it's low for him. To remind... Those clips sounded, it's coming out okay. If anyone else can confirm, that would kind of help me out here. We have 22 people watching.
End of story. I work with the military, Dave. I work with the military, Dave. I work with the military, David.
No, you don't. That is an absolute lie. Now, yes, we covered this yesterday, but let's just remind everyone, no, he doesn't work with the military. He doesn't work with the military. He couldn't even complete his fourth week of basic training. He's a trooper. It's not even a private.
Rose, do you understand who I am, Dave?
A loser and a nobody.
Do you understand who I am and who you're fucking with? You're going to. You're going to learn the hard way.
Well, you've set the time constraint for this week. So by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it right. We'll say 11:59 p.m. Pacific time because that is the last portion of Canada that would face the sort of change of day. So we're going continental here. So he's got until that point to come out with this information.
Sorry, Dave, but you asked for this.
Oh, I did, huh?
I'm not a joke.
You are.
My name is Scott McKinnon. I'm from Fort McMurray, Alberta.
No, you're not.
I live here. You know who I am.
No, you're from Glass Bay, Nova Scotia. All right, let's forward this.
All I can do is drink myself to death because I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm just.
You're scared or you're not scared?
I'm just.
Yeah, come on, spit it out.
I don't understand. I don't know what I'm gonna do and tell everybody who I am, who I've always been. It's very difficult. I told my parents since I was a child who I am. That's why we lost my brother, Gerard Matthew, my parents' first child. His name was Gerard Matthew.
And he's constantly bringing up his dead brother as some, like, I swear on the life of my dead brother and blah blah blah, and it's just like
It's gonna be very difficult. I lost Linda.
Stan Ulch in the chat says Canada's second largest comms company was hacked today, and even cell phone service is out. You may not hear from him for a while. I believe he's on Bell, so he's not affected.
My second mother this year, not 2 weeks ago. She is a light worker that works at the actual Galactic Federation. Light was a very real thing.
If you say so there, Scunty.
And if you listen to the Canadian Defense Minister of Canada, you will hear that these beings are real, and I'm real, and we're not joking. You cannot sit there and tell me that you guys are going to sit there openly and listen to Dave Rhodes' streams all day.
We have 28 fake viewers so far, and this was a late start.
You guys need to realize who I am.
Who?
And you need to realize what's going on.
Tell us.
Okay?
Tell us.
I'm military. You need to realize this.
Hold on.
Realize who I am. And you need to realize what's going on. Okay? I'm military.
You're military. No, you're not. You're a kid who probably dressed up as a soldier as a kid, couldn't get any actual job prospects there in Glace Bay, as many little rural towns are, and thus chose to go with the simplest thing, which is to be a grunt in fucking the Army. Like, yeah, the Navy and the Air Force do get made fun of and so forth, but you kind of need to have some sort of intellectual capacity to function with those particular careers. And there's a reason why grunts, they're called grunts, and why they're also referred to as meat for the grinder. It's just, a bunch of apes shooting guns. And, obviously that's required and necessary and so forth in the grander scheme of things. He's just fucking... He's just living a lie here. It's a delusion.
You need to realize this.
By the way, if you attempt to utilize your service to coerce people, or to threaten them or intimidate them, you've basically committed a violation of your oath, and that warrants an actual court-martial. So anybody, according to what you're saying, anybody in the military who's assisting you would be assisting you illegally. As such, they are now bound to be tried under a military tribunal. But it's not like you actually understand the law.
And now is the time. You guys need this. I'm sorry. So, It's over.
For you, maybe.
Whether you like it or not. We're not alone. How to separate the realities. In 2003. It was only a year after the Twin Towers went down and the Iraq Wars all started. You guys
Actually, the Iraq War started in 2003, not in 2002.
need to see this now.
This boy, like he's the total all over.
I carried her up the stairs through multiple sclerosis. I watched her heal herself. She became my Daisy. We called each other Daisy and Hokey. She grew long blonde hair back and she lived until fucking 2 months ago, and I lost her. The Galactic Federation of Light is real, and I still associate with her other son from another marriage, and the other son who's my best friend from another marriage, and I associate with all of them from all different sides. I'm serious when I tell you guys that I have saw the Galactic Federation of Light. I saw
You've seen them.
their ships through lightning storms.
You sure that wasn't delusion and hallucinations?
Been here. I am here. I'm not lying. I am not who you think I am. I don't associate with who you think I do. Sometimes I try to humanitize myself. I'm not human. I know I told you guys a million times, like, I don't want you to think I'm crazy. Put me in a psych ward. I'm not human, man. I'm not
How do you think that's going to sound in a curdler?
from here. I'm not from this planet. Neither are my people. I'm gonna put myself in webcam to show you something. Right now.
Stan, oh, she's very, very drunk at this point.
There's my hair. There you go. Always matters. For anything you guys know, I'm not lying. I'm real. What I stand for is real. Dave Rose has no chance in hell. There is no law from where we're from.
Yeah, but you're here on Earth, and guess what? Our rules apply to you there, Scunty. Also, by the way, just a heads up, he does talk shit about Ken, about Shannon, and a few other people, so we got a few more tidbits.
We don't deal with your law.
Well, you're on my planet, asshole, so either you will, or you get the fuck off. Earth is for humans only.
The cops know about it, the FBI know about it, they know who I am. They're very aware of who I am and who I represent.
Yeah, they're gonna say, "Yep, this is our diplomat or our contact for the Federation, the Galactic Federation of Light." Yes, that's when you call them up. They're like, "Oh, it's our contact for this alien group here. We gotta give them the time of day." Yes, Jay Diz. This is a continuation from yesterday. So, well, whenever he aired this, I reviewed 3 hours of it yesterday, and there's still another 2 hours left to review. But it's from that clip. I was tired at the end of that, 6 hours, and there's a lot of stuff that we unpacked.
Yeah,
So it took me 6 hours to review 3 of his.
I is very aware of his law. And his story. Accomplished by putting me behind bars. It's multiple fucking scoliosis. I got shots implanted into my system in 2003 when I was 21 that you wouldn't even be able to fucking figure out. I had some shit that was injected into me called Genox. You guys think that this vaccine is bad? I had shit that's not even a disease out there. I'm immune to everything basically at this point.
Except to alcoholism, weight gain, psychosis, You know.
You seen him, Paul Hellyer, our former Canadian Defense Minister?
Okay, just fuck off with this shit.
He is not nobody. Nobody. Because Scott McKinnon is the only entity on this world that will ever stand against the Illuminati elite.
Wow. So forget about the fact that there are people that, follow this stuff about the Galactic Federation of Light, which I personally do not believe. And he thinks that all those people that are out there that claim that they work with them, that they're trying to all work together to raise the consciousness of the planet, to represent the Galactic Federation of Light, to be working with them, they're all bullshit. It's all garbage. It's just you. You are basically the only one that can speak about this, despite the fact that you literally earlier were saying that this lady that you knew that passed away recently was working with them as well. But you're the only one to stand up to the Illuminati.
I will never sell my soul to the devil for any amount of money.
I don't think you were born with one to be able to sell it. Yeah, Tab, that sucks how you get the fucking notification just now. Scunty McMuffin in the chat says, did he go live again last night? I did not notice anything. And he did say in his previous video that, we are reviewing, but earlier in, obviously, in the 3 hours and stuff, he had said that he was going to, today, it was going to be all-out streams, like he was just going to go all day streaming, reviewing shit and all that. I don't know if he had mentioned it was going to be like a 24-hour stream or something like that, but he had indicated yesterday, he indicated on the clip that I played yesterday, that he was going to be spending all of today doing that.
I'm not going to lie to you guys about what's going on.
Yes, you have multiple times. You've been caught on it. You've actually admitted that you were lying. So, yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you.
If you need to keep repeating that, who are you trying to convince? Yourself or us?
But what's going on? I'm not here to lie. I'm here to tell you the truth. There are USOs, unidentified submerged objects, in your oceans. Your oceans are more unexplored than your space. Most of you Homo sapiens do explore space more than your oceans, but your oceans are mostly aquatic beings and most of your alien life forms. There are a ton. Me, personally, my name is Scott. You guys remember me from such programs as Crazy Alien Shows, Psychopath, Lunatic, The Second, and fucking Corrupted Podcast 152. I am who I am. But I work with Jesus. Very close. Very close. I work with angels. Very closely. From a very different galactic system called China. It's your twin galaxy. Your twin galaxy is intertwining with yours. Andromeda and the Milky Way have always been intertwining. From a jump. I'm not who you think I am. All my friends are dead. Everybody's dead. I don't know why I'm here. My brother died. My parents keep me alive. The government told them to keep me alive for something. Whatever shots they put in me in the military is what my parents were taught. That I have a reason. That's why I'm here to tell you guys that there is no jail. There is nothing that you guys can do to me, even if you wanted to. I'm actually an experiment. I literally am an experiment. You can ask my parents, and you can ask my military. I'm an experiment. I know exactly what I am. I just don't know what they're experimenting with me.
I've raised the volume as much as I can. I can't raise the volume anymore. And I've raised the desktop volume and OBS. I don't know if my mic's coming in even more. Okay, I'll keep myself muted so that maybe you guys can hear better.
You can dox my family all day long. You can. I don't know what you guys do anymore. My parents and the government told me not to get mad anymore, so I'm not allowed to get mad anymore. They sedated me. They actually sedated me this week. I got 3 shots of sedatives. All isn't or not like that. If it's sedate much. Books at the library. Bro, I don't care. You guys sit here every day and every night focusing on drama. Don't you ever realize you guys sit here?
Looks like he finally got closer to the mic. So I'm gonna need you guys to let me know about the volume if anything needs to be adjusted or changed.
Every day and every night focusing on drama. Don't you ever realize? You know, with Dave Rose is one thing because he's not married and he doesn't have children. All he has is his father. But with Ken, Joe, and even Travis TLC, it's like y'all motherfuckers got wives and shit, if not kids. Like, what exactly are you doing?
Sorry, I muted myself. Okay, well, he says that I only have my dad. I do have more family members than just my dad, but apparently he doesn't seem to understand that.
And why are you doing it? And for what? Are you doing it for money? So I really don't see donations coming in supporting it. And I barely see an audience there supporting it anymore. Ken's show has demolished and diminished, just like Joe Cronin's. Ken's shows went from 100 every Wednesday or Saturday night to like 30. I actually saw Wire surpass Ken. Wire's getting 50, and Ken's getting 40 on most nights. There's obviously a takeover going on. It's kind of what Drama Club always could have done, and Wire's just taking the reins. Good for him. But y'all better recognize it, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's Ken Morrison needs to shut his mouth, shut the fuck up, suck it back a little, and focus on his family. Because the fact that this guy cares about drama as much as he does scares me.
That's rich, eh?
He cares. With a wife and children like that, it's kind of fucking weird, man. To me, that's just weird. I don't know, bro. Like, you guys know me. Like, I'm a psycho, but I don't have a wife and children, bro. Like, if I had a wife and children, it wouldn't be. You be just getting me right now, right here. What's up? No, what you're talking about. Purple Urkel. Talk about it all day long to everybody. We got our Purple Urkel with Snoop Dogg tonight on the fucking fights, didn't we? Fucking sick. We got that Purple Urkel. I was loving it, and then Stefan actually came in through the smoke. Good old Stefan. What a piece of entertainment tonight was. One of the best entertaining things I've saw in the last decade, man. It was almost
He
like
must have loved
watching
Bieber.
kings of comedy, Bernie Mac and Cedric Entertainer and motherfucking Steve Harvey all coming up on stage for one last time. Like,
Did you hear that there, Real Talk? He thinks he's more black than you are.
that's what it reminded me of tonight, man. You got Snoop Dogg there, you got motherfucking Ice Cube there, all ripping the old school shit, bro. I was in the garage, the boys dancing all night, man. Like, and we're all dancing up to this final fight, right? And I won money in the Frank Mir fight, and I killed it on the fucking Logan Paul shit, man. So like, basically, Snoop Dogg dropped 250s down, so he dropped 100 grand down on Jake Paul, and Jake Paul promised him that he'd win. So Jake Paul made Snoop Dogg another $1.5 million tonight, just like that, 1.5 million. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. And I knew it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about how rich you are and who you are as characters. You know, it's about what you do with that money. You know what I mean? Like, you know me. Like, if I won that, I'd be like, all right, give me 60 grand, give me enough to get a house, and the rest is going. And I don't. I wouldn't. I would fly down myself. You know what I mean? To the Peruvian jungle or somewhere I feel like kids really need it. You know what I mean? But if I do that, I kind of want to. I probably kind of, to be honest, I'd probably have to adopt. I had that, I adopted that one kid that time. Not adopting him, it was like through World Business or whatever, Peruvian. And he would send me letters every night, him and his mom, thanking me for all the money and shit, man. And it really hurt my heart to shut the fucking the system down, but I know that like tomorrow he definitely had another sponsor. You know what I mean? I want to actually win the money, and I want to go down there myself, and I want to make a difference, like with my own money, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do, man. So I think everybody wants to do that. You know, I think we all want to really just go down there ourselves. We don't need the sponsorship bullshit, and we don't need our faces for fame up on a billboard. Like, oh, hey, I just donated to homeless kids. Who gives a fuck? We all donate. Every other day, we're all walking down giving a quarter to homeless guys. Who gives a fuck? No one's asking for a reward here. We're all just trying to help each other as humans here. All right. That's all we're trying to do. Just trying to help each other get through this shit, man. That's all it should matter. Serious. That's all it should matter. Who gives a fuck? I ain't here to give a fuck. Tell you that. I ain't here to give two fucks. Flip flop fucking Friday night, Shannon. Here you go. I love Shannon. I hate Ken. I love Charlene and I hate fucking Iced. It is what it is. I ain't here to steal the boys' wives. They're just better people. Shannon is okay. But Charlene is the pimp. It's all good. It's all good. I know Shannon thinks I'm a bad person. I know what she does. I know what she heard. And I know she's getting it all fed from like so many different perspectives, from popcorn, shrimp, popcorn, chicken head, fucking Ken. I'm sure she is. Clearly not here. I'm clearly not here to sedate your children. There, Shannon. But apparently Ken and Dave Rose say that I'm grooming children. So it's really brave of your husband to say that I'm grooming
That's a lie.
children when I have video evidence proof of him actually editing a video where I try to help a child 14 years old, and I have evidence, proof, and I have him actually admitting on the record 17 times that he did edit it. And every time it was a different time frame. I have the actual full clip. It was 30 minutes. I have it. So, when Joe Cronin put that up on Drama God, I did the review. If you guys don't remember that, anybody that's out there, Alan Close or anybody, if you guys don't remember that, I did the review. You don't remember? Gonna make believe time. Why are you coming into my chat with names like Scott tried to dox Shannon? No, I didn't try to dox Shannon. I did dox Shannon. I didn't give a fuck. You fucking retard. When fat mouth fucking Ken Morrison decided to work Young Republicans 6 years ago and fucking dox where I lived and worked in Fort McMurray here, that's what started it, you fucking retard.
He's beyond delusional. We all know that. But what we just heard, his supposed justification for his criminal acts, is all based off fantasy. We already know this. The proof is out there. But he just refuses to accept that. And that's because he has a very psychotic mindset. Yeah, I can see a lot of activity in the chat here. Let's continue.
Shannon again started all of this. You fucking retard. I didn't just come into the blue cold works one day and go, you know what? I don't even know who Shannon and Ken Morrison are. I'm just going to randomly look them up in Google and find their address. Oh, well, turns out that their parents' names are Ken and Shannon Morrison, too. They must have the same cell phone number, too. No, it didn't work out like that. That's not how it went down. Get your facts straight, suck a dick, and then fucking kill yourself, and then suck another dick, and then hang yourself, and then stab yourself, and then hang yourself again and suck another dick, and then fucking lick my mother's tunt, my mother's tunt, and lick the tunt. Did you get that clip, Ken? Tunt. Alright, you got it? Okay, good. So, I got, you know, what kind of, I mean, it's commercial breakdown, obviously, but, what are we going to listen to? What are we going to listen to? We going to listen to Fat Man with Morrison lie through his teeth? How about we listen to 45 minutes of Fat Man with Morrison lie with Shannon and become politicians of New York? How about we listen to 45 minutes of Fat Mouth Politician Morrison? I'm only joking, bro. I'm only joking. It's okay. He was getting nervous, though. I'm sure Ken was like, oh, no, what this... Ken was, like, sitting there going, what does this motherfucker got? You know, because Ken was, like, immediately, I gotta go against this tomorrow, and he's got 15 hours on me. I guarantee that's the first thing that just came through Ken's head. Go fuck yourself, Ken. Don't take it so seriously, buddy. It's okay. And if you don't mind, just go look after your children a little bit there, buddy. Thanks. We got a full album. Apparently DMX has a full album out. Let's see if we can find it. Full DMX album unreleased. Full album. DMX unreleased. But I think we might get it here. That's how I've been hearing DMX. You know what I mean? On, like, you know what I'm saying? On release, you know what I mean? Right? You know what I mean? Full out, bro. Full out. I don't know. It's called Snoop Doggy Dogg. No, I'm just. Did I type that in bad? Or? Yeah, I typed that in pretty bad. Alright, so. Full new DMX. Boom. 3 months ago, 1 week ago. We got 1 week 2 days ago. Godfather of Harlem. Been to war. Alright, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go, motherfucker. It's called Godfather of Harlem, y'all. Yo, shout out to my boy DMX, DJ, Scotty MC Live, bringing you the fresh, hot, new hit, Godfather of Harlem, Been to War. It's called Godfather of Harlem, Been to War. Official audio featuring Swiss Beats, DMX, and French, Montana. DMX. Who's riding out the alien? Who's gangsta down? You don't need to be worrying about your day with expensive sunglasses. Who the fuck is riding out who now, nigga? Suck my motherfucking dick. I dare Nicky. You guys want to see a real fight? You want to see some real shit? Real talk metaphor Messiah out there in Vegas. You want to see some real shit? You ask Nicky Nines to go down from Evanston, come up here to Fort Murray, and I'll show you some real shit on camera. You want to see some real shit? I'll show you some real shit. You think I'm fake, real talk? I ain't fake. Hey, motherfucker, the people I deal with are a lot tougher than you. You come into the fucking streets of Chi-Town. You come into the streets of Chicago, and I never saw such a goddamn whack-ass pussy, man, as you. You really became such a dude. You bro. You might be one of the. I think you're a rat. I think you're like. I don't know what you are, bro. I really don't, man. You've been all over the place in this community, bro. You've from Tommy C to Joe Cronin to me to you're all over the place, real talk. You're all over the place, bro. You don't even make sense, man. You don't even make sense. I feel like you're on fucking 45 different drugs at once, bro. Why do you gotta put out names like the anti-Scott troll on us? Like, what is that? Like, how come you guys can't just come in as yourselves? Like, I got a Skype or a phone number that you can call me. Like, give me a call, Jesus. Like, what? Like, what's that proving to anybody? No one cares, man. Like, there's no one here to care enough. You're not doing anything. Like, what are you doing by that? Nothing. Like, give me a call. At least give me a phone call. You know what I mean? At least a phone call might do something. I don't fucking know. Who am I to say? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Timo said fucking, yo, bring a whole crew. Yeah, man, that's a good one. DMX said it's a fucking good one, actually. Fuck yeah. Throw that on. Nah, I gotta go for the smoke after this one, though. Bring a whole crew. That's for real. That's for real. Bring your whole crew, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need about 50 trolls. You're gonna need 50 Tiffany Rodriguez's with Dave Rose. Because all Dave Rose's moderators are totally loyal people, right? Even Dave Rose knows it's a lie. Welcome to the Matrix, you fucks. What's the name of the song again? I got some Matrix shit for you guys, too, that is really going to show you guys what you actually live in and who you are. Well, Simo, you said, DMX, DMX,
fuck off.
Yo. Hello? Is anybody there? Bring your whole crew. Oh, yeah, that's fucking heaven is hot and hell is worse.
Listen to this
Seriously,
fucking
bring your own crew, is that you are?
dumpster fire.
You know, yo. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ, Scotty MC. You guys know me famously from all the streams that you do about me and try to put me in.
Welcome to the Fort McMurray Spent Rhino. It is a classy place for all gentlemen. Let's observe our oldest stripper on stage. It's Jasmine, who clocks in at 56.
Do a quarter of word and put me in multiple tribunals, and you think you're going to arrest me, but you're not. You're going to fail and probably destroy your family and multiple other people around you because you're too stupid to really understand what the fuck you're doing, because your ego and your pride is way too involved to realize how many clips Scott McKinnon has of all of you and how many times it's been documented with the actual FBI and law enforcement multiple times over. My name is DDDJ Scotty MC, and Dave Rose is hiding, still in Ontario, convincing young, unwilling, disabled individuals like Bullfrog to sexual content like cooking shows. Very disturbing. This, without further ado, is my boy DMX. Will bring your whole crew, motherfucker. Scott's going for a smoke. Love you. Excuse me. Is that DMX? No, I wasn't ready. You jumped the gun on me, right? You're always doing that to me, though, you know? And that's the way me and you roll, bro. I love you, though. All right, you good? Okay, so 3 and 2. No, man, you're covered in blood right now. But that don't look normal at all. What did you... You did not fuck that girl. Bro, dude. She was a virgin. I love you, DMX.
Ingredients that are harmful. Big so much. Now go ahead and like citrus, maple, shampoo, and you want to smell it real well. Stuff like
more successful than the. Talked about it a few weeks ago. No, see, man, you're wrong again. Like the faggot you are, this was not.
Great thing.
Exactly. This is. Pronounce that word.
A retard when they miss.
Genuinely, I always mispronounce that word.
Oh, wow, Dave Rhodes finally admits to mispronouncing words, but
I've admitted that before.
he calls out Bullfrog and everybody else for being a retard when they mispronounce the English language. Because you're such a smart little Salvadorian, Ecuadorian fucking faggot. Right, Dave Rose? Fucking piece of shit.
That's correct.
Did he just call me Ecuadorian?
Or genuinely, I always mispronounce that word.
Oh, wow, Dave Rhodes finally admits to mispronouncing words, but he calls out Bullfrog and everybody else for being a retard when they mispronounce the English language. Because you're such a...
Only the ones that do it so badly and so often that it has to be called out, like you, Scunty.
Smart little Salvadorian, Ecuadorian fucking faggot.
Yeah.
Right?
So apparently I'm Salvadorian, Ecuadorian.
Dave Rose? Fucking piece of shit.
That's correct there. And
pronounce that word, genuine.
And people are genuinely, I always mispronounce that word.
Yeah, because Scott McKinnon always told you that I always mispronounce that word genuinely because you're a fucking retard. But I'm Ricky.
Genuinely
Ricky is 1,000 times more intelligent than you.
interested.
Oh, well, finally, everybody give Dave Rose a round of applause as he talks to the retard Bullfrog on his cooking show to make himself feel so superior to other individuals that have autism.
I didn't have to actually do that video to make myself feel superior to Bullfrog. But, this just goes to show that he doesn't understand what a good deed is, to have foresight and creativity. Yeah.
What a great guy. What a great humanitarian Dave Rose is, right?
And seeing you cook. No, it wasn't. See, man, the tribunal didn't suck. There's the majority of people that enjoyed it. You can say whatever you want, but
Actually, tribunal did suck.
you're like one of these people.
I reviewed 40 Minutes of the other night. Your witness was a girl that you called a degenerate and a...
You didn't like it probably because you got so triggered by her testimony, or is it him, that you could not even stand to continue to watch. And due to your own words, you said you were going to freak out and start breaking things. So, Scunty, that is proven A lie.
transvestite psycho that you never should trust, and that's the only person that actually called into your tribunal.
Actually Ken called in too, but thing is though, like it's so funny how I guess he was never taught like don't trust strangers sort of thing, which may have led him to be drugged, brought into the back of a unmarked windowless van, and something happened to traumatize him to this point. But he doesn't seem to understand that whole don't trust strangers thing.
So it was an actual failure. And if you believe in your heart of hearts that anything's going to come out of this legally, you better brace yourself for what's coming to you legally, my friend.
And the greatest part is that he can never actually state what that will be. Now, I stated multiple times, and we went through all this stuff, and it's not just me who's saying this. It's other people. It's other people that actually understand the law well enough to actually say, well, yeah, you threaten people. The result is a police interaction. They take your statements and your actions into mind, and then apply the law by charging you with those crimes. And then, in turn, that's submitted, depending on the severity, to the Crown or the prosecutor, America, and that in turn, the wheel of justice. That's how it works. It's just hilarious that he doesn't comprehend these sorts of things. But when he tries to act Mark Scunty by puffing up his chest and saying, well, I can get you in trouble, or I can do this, or I can do that, it's with no at least source or citation or point into either precedence or, I don't know, something. Show me, because I've done this for him and others have. Well, you do this, this is what happens. Here's fucking perfect examples that happen in the real world. You threaten somebody drunk off your gourd in the middle of a street, you get taken down, you get arrested, you get charged with all this stuff, you go through the court system if you're a violent offender. Like, this is normal stuff. Normal stuff. Normal stuff to understand is what I'm saying. So he needs to be able to submit something. Like, it's all these threats. You better not do this or else. Okay, I just did that. Well, you better not do this other thing. I'm moving the goalpost now. Or else.
People that literally thought that there was going to be like a camera crew.
Oh no, Dave, there's going to be a camera crew busting your door in now. There will be a camera crew busting your door in when I put everything together.
Huh? What, is he going to hire them out of his own pocket? Does he have already secured a deal? Like, maybe he's talked to YouTube and or maybe Netflix even, like they're trying to do a video, the takedown of Dave Rose, and they've already hired the crew, and is that why he's going to have the aerial shot this week? They're planning on doing the filming, film scouting.
There'll be a camera crew actually busting your door in. And
well, then they're probably going to get hit with, buckshot or something. I mean, like, they're not the cops for one. They don't have a warrant either. And someone shows up with a warrant to my door, they're not going to need to bust it down. Fuck, it's a perfectly fine door. Why hurt it? Just say, here's a warrant for your arrest. All right, what are the grounds? Okay, all right. Well, let me just grab my wallet. Let me get my ID. Is there anything else I should bring? Should I bring a change of clothes? Well, you're more cooperative, sir, than what we were told. Well, yeah, that guy's a psycho, but you guys got your job to do, no problem. Let's go away. You guys want me to, spread them in the fucking handcuffs? No, well, you seem to be cooperative. You can ride in the front and press the button for the siren. Yes, sir. Like, that's more how it's going to actually go if your fantasy ever comes true. It's just hilarious because you live in fantasy. But okay, I do like to indulge the children from time to time just to, lighten their spirits. It is a good thing to do.
Fuck all Ontario, where nobody can find you.
Hold on, let's rewind.
And if you believe in your heart of hearts that anything's going to come out of this legally, you better brace yourself for what's coming to you legally, my friend. Facts.
People that literally thought that there was going to be like a camera crew.
Oh no, Dave, there's gonna be...
Sorry, this new application forward, when I do, I rewind just using a key, it actually rewinds a little too much, so I'm used to the old one. I press it too much, so apologies.
There'll be a camera crew actually busting your door in.
Illegally?
In fuck all Ontario, where nobody can find you. I'm telling you.
Damn it, now he knows where I live. It's actually called fuck all. It's actually it's one word, and I believe it's German, but yeah, it's fuck all.
You right the fuck now. Busting your door in fuck all Ontario, where nobody can find you. I'm telling you, right the fuck now.
Following a SWAT team breaking down Scott's door.
That would have been more interesting.
Oh, that would have been more interesting, Bullfrog. You're talking to a guy, you're sucking up to a guy who literally wanted to fucking ruin your life, Bullfrog. You're talking to a guy who wanted to ruin your life. You sit there, Bullfrog, on a show, and you say, we don't mention the alien man's name here. You're dealing with a guy who wants to fuck your life over. And you're dealing with 45 trolls that moderate your channel that all hate you. Some nights you have 15 dislikes and no likes. Take a good long lick and a reality check of what's around you, Bullfrog. I know that you have autism. I know you're not out there. Dave Rose doesn't understand that because Dave Rose has autism.
That's fucking great. Oh, paging Dr. Scott. Paging Dr. Scott. We need you to make another autism assessment.
He doesn't understand it because he's a fucking lunatic. I get it because my nephew has it. It's okay, Bullfrog. One day you guys are going to realize who's who and what's what. One day, somewhere over the rainbow, you guys are going to understand. I can't believe how many black guys out there. Simo, can you believe how many black guys out there support this motherfucker? After calling TJ nigger 3 times to his face?
To his face? Oh my god, this guy is fucking hilarious. And... I mean, I've talked about this story so many different times, and I really don't care what people think about me. I don't give power to language. This guy was big about that as well until I guess it didn't work for him anymore. And I really just don't give a flying fuck. People can call me whatever they want. If it pleases them, fine. I think, well, again, he's a wily one, this guy. He's a wily one. Because he knows that this is how you detract an actual conversation. You feed out these sort of red herrings and attempt to just derail the actual point and what's actually being proven. But let us continue.
Can you believe that, bro? Can you believe that?
Even in his extremely inebriated state, the true nature of the snake is revealed.
And all these little black bitch-ass boys fucking support this motherfucker?
But this is funny now as well, is he's calling all these people based that they're black. That's all it is. He's basing his statements and his beliefs on them just on them being black. Because if they were white or any other ethnicity, he would then just say, oh, you're just a bunch of idiots. Like fucking, he doesn't say, for example, Ken is a stupid white Italian bitch for supporting Dave. He doesn't say Junebug is a stupid Hispanic American who hates Dave. But why is it that he's making a big deal about this specifically? And you can tell he's making it about race.
There's no genuine and a genuine Dave Rose. Dude, I'm sorry.
That was a comment that Simo had left in the chat. Simo was playing both sides, and he was saying, he specifically said, "There's nothing genuine, about me," but he used, the spelling of my mispronunciation to write that. But it's funny, how sad that fucking Humpty Dumpty faced faggot is, but he's so insignificant that nobody really cares.
I gotta shut up.
Except for Scott, really. He's, well, you know that.
I'm gonna get in trouble. I need holy fuck, bro. I need money. I mean, Jesus, someone order me a sub and a bag of chips. I mean, Jesus, Dave.
Now, what? Now, just, his mind's everywhere. To Vroom Vroom, I don't know who those people are, I have no interest in contacting his employment, if that's his employment, or anybody else's, really. Those days are done. I'm better at doing other things. But, yes, let us continue.
The thing is, though, the majority of people recognize this already, man. So really, nothing that you can say, none of this jealous hate that you've clearly shown.
Show. I got everything documented. This C-Man guy, I don't know who he is. I really don't know. But I got all kinds of shit documented from this motherfucker. It ain't me. And I don't know if it's Simo. I don't know. But I got it documented, and it is funny.
Your first name is correct. The tribunal was literally as close to perfection as you can get.
Close to perfection as you can get.
That was a comment. I can't remember who it was that wrote that. He, I guess, didn't mention their name or said it so drunkenly it wasn't noticeable.
Well, Bullfrog, if you want...
The tribunal was as close to perfection as you get, as he had a witness on trial who fucking literally changed their name to me and stole my identity and lied to the entire community. And I have...
This guy with the stolen identity is just beyond insane. Like, changing your name on fucking Skype is not... It's not fucking identity theft. Like, for example, if you look at Twitter, just for an example, this applies to basically all social media, really, is like, I don't know, some actor, Tom Cruise, I guess. There's a bunch of accounts that have that name. Obviously there's only one with the verification check mark, whatever. But a lot of people are using that. There's nothing illegal by putting your username or your fucking avatar designation name, whatever you want to call it, that name. Now, also, what if well, not what if. Your name is a very common Scottish name. Well, all of your names are. Well, the middle name, not so much. Regardless, though, just think of the number of people on the planet. You can reduce that, obviously, to include only those that either would marry into Scottish or marry into a family with that last name. Then you can figure out, oh, well, the first and middle names have literally millions of fucking matches. Okay, there's like 7 billion people right now on the planet. The mathematic alone proves it. A simple search on 411 proves it, or white pages, whatever you Yankees fucking call your shit. But it's just the lack of logic is sad, and it's just pathetic, really.
If Dave Rose is on the record, even calling this person somebody that you cannot trust, do you know what it's going to sound like to the judge when I present Dave Rose's tribunal to the judge?
Buddy, that's not how you do that. You can't just present a tribunal to a judge. Like, this guy, what is he going to bring it on a laptop? Or is he going to say, I'm taking over legal proceedings in this court and I am now going to run a tribunal? He doesn't even understand the concept. He doesn't know the proceedings of a tribunal. But he also doesn't seem to understand, the concept of being in court. He's literally saying, I'm going to hijack the legal process, due process, to present my fantasy. And of course it's going to be accepted. How couldn't it? I'm literally in the right here. Anyone else who thinks otherwise is crazy. That's what a fucking sociopath thinks like. That's exactly what a sociopath thinks like. Let's go back a bit, but before we do, let's just quickly address some people in the chat here. I didn't do my shout out today. Thanking everyone to come in. Just wanted to get right to the action because obviously there's a lot, and I'm a little tired from yesterday. Ryan Murray says, and I do have to say this because it is funny, but Scunty needs to come out as gay, less hassle for DDR. Foul Mouse says, yeah, all the videos that Nick and Dave did leading up to the tribunal was perfectly put together with a nice little cap on top. Travis says, Ryan, I don't know what he's saying. All right, let's continue. People are also recognizing the whole thing about presenting it to a judge, but yeah.
And I present the statements of Dave Rose, calling her a tranny, degenerate, psychopath.
Okay. I'm going to stop the show. I've seen you do this multiple times, Nikki J. I'm running a show here, okay? You don't need to fucking keep saying, sup, Dave, sup, Dave. I see everyone. I can't. Right now, this disrupts my flow, okay? And this is just fucking to everybody. And there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a fair number of people that just don't seem to understand this. And obviously it affects the quality of the show. Okay, I'm doing this because I enjoy it, but also people enjoy it too. And why should I fuck it up because of something so small? Okay? I don't have to be constantly addressing people in the chat. And yes, hello, thank you for joining us. Okay, thanks. I start the show every fucking day, showing my gratitude and appreciation that are choosing to spend their time with us here today, okay? But it's also a show of respect to your fellow viewer for you to, to understand that I can't address everyone all the time, and that goes for other people too.
Ethical loser who nobody can trust. As his first wit, you cannot trust.
Hold on, let me rewind.
Do you know what it's going to sound like to the judge when I present Dave Rose's tribunal to the judge and I present the statements of Dave Rose, calling her a tranny, degenerate, psychopathic loser who nobody can trust as his first witness? Immediately, I win. Immediately. Dismissed. Over. Good night. I have all of that. I have Dave Rose literally on the record calling her a degenerate, tranny, psycho.
Okay, I have to address this. Sorry if that was blown over or overblown my reaction. I would think that people would recognize what happens, when they try to interact with me while I'm running on a show, and like even people with Skype and stuff, contacting me and trying to fucking stay focused here. I do have to rewind this, but maybe that's a little too much. But I do want to address because I have to look this up quickly, so I want to address it much quicker. Under Section 2 of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, this is where I specifically have my God-given right to freedom of conscience. Okay? And basically this just means that I have the right to have freedom of thought, freedom of religion, freedom of conscience, to believe what I want to believe without being, basically forced to believe anything else. And I have the right to live hassle-free because of my thoughts, But this isn't a legal class. I don't want to bore you. And this is stuff that Scunty here should already know if he's going to be talking about it. But it's something that needs to be addressed and hammered into his head. In Minecraft with a Minecraft hammer.
Immediately, I win.
Oh, hold on.
And
okay, let's hear how he fucking talks here.
I don't know if it's Simo. I don't know. But I got a document, and it is funny.
Your first name is correct. The tribunal was literally as close to perfection as you can get.
Close to perfection as you can get.
But, Bullfrog, if you want
The tribunal was as close to perfection as you get as he had a witness on trial who fucking literally changed her name to me and stole my identity and lied to the entire community. And I have Dave Rose on the record even calling this person somebody that you cannot trust. Do you know what it's going to sound like to the judge when I present Dave Rose's tribunal to the judge and I present the statements of Dave Rose calling her a tranny, degenerate, psychopathic loser who nobody can trust as his first witness? Immediately, I win. Immediately.
No.
I present Dave Rose's tribunal to the judge, and I present the statements of Dave Rose calling her a tranny, degenerate, psychopathic.
I never called her psychopathic. I don't know her. Okay? So, and she's never done anything that's, to me, was psychopathic. But it's just, he's just fucking, now it's just word generation here. It's just like, let's pick up another word.
Loser who nobody.
Never called her a loser either. I don't even, I didn't even know her. He had way more interaction at this point than, he has way more interaction with her even now than I have ever had. We've had, discussions and stuff in the chat and stuff, but wow. And he's just totally wrong. He doesn't understand that I can think whatever I want about transsexual people, trannies, whatever you want to call them, okay? And that's my right. It's my God-given right, and it's protected by the law. And it actually is, there's something equivalent in the American Constitution, Ryan Murray. I just can't remember right now. I don't want to get too derailed. But yeah, it's there.
You can trust as his first witness.
I told you already, when you don't know somebody, the safe thing to do is not to trust them. That was one of Mulder's saying is trust no one. So until you could, and that's with anybody. I mean, it's like you meet somebody on the street, they're a stranger. Can I see your wallet? Or can you let me use your phone? It's just like, well, let me judge the system. Let me judge the situation first. See if I can get to know this person better to understand whether or not, do they mean me harm? Do they want to just steal from me? Are they genuine? Is that better, Scunty? Genuine? Is it genuine for me to speak in such a proper manner? Because my accents may not be good, but my vocabulary is quite verse. And I'm sure that there are words that I could define quite clearly and effectively, with such efficacy, that it would embarrass you. Is that appropriate, Mr. Scunty? Mark Scunty?
Immediately, I win. Immediately. Dismissed. Over.
No, the judge would be like, this I'm not accepting this case at all, Mr. McKinnon. You are insane. I'm dismissing this attempt to bog down the legal system with your fucking insane bullshit. Bailiff, get this guy in cuffs. I want him in the fucking mental hospital by this morning.
Good night. I have all of that. I have Dave Rose literally on the record calling her a degenerate, tranny, psycho that I should never trust. That is his witness on
And those are lies.
trial. Dave Rose's witness is a person that Dave Rose doesn't even trust. Dave,
You know what I do trust? Seeing the actual police stuff. You know, the paperwork and all that. So, and I mentioned this months ago, that, you know, once it was, you know, I didn't disbelieve her when I heard that this had occurred. But once I saw the evidence, I came out and straight out said, I've now seen the evidence as well. And it's legit.
you're failing. You're not going to win this, Dave.
I'm doing a lot of winning so far.
You're fighting the wrong person, Dave. I am not the person that you want to fight, Dave. You need to swallow your pride and ego, bro, because I'm going to destroy a lot of shit.
That's funny. After all this time, and he still hasn't done shit. He is the ultimate goalpost mover. He'll keep saying, well, you better worry, because if you do, and we never see anything. It's Mark Scunty again. Just baselessly threatening with nothing. When you call him out, he has a tantrum.
I'm telling you, bro. You're fighting the wrong person, Dave. Like,
He probably wants me to fight Ken.
you have no idea what I'm
And Tiff.
capable of. You don't. You're really going up against something that you shouldn't. You're letting your ego and pride with Nicky Nines and all these weirdos.
I've been hearing this for fucking years, Scunty. For fucking years. And you still have yet to deliver. Just fucking shut up already. You were already told to leave us alone, but you won't. And it's funny that anybody commenting on you, despite the fact that it might have been just a comment in passing, after weeks and weeks and weeks of not even mentioning you, and you react in this manner where you go on a tear where you make fucking, in total, you must have probably, there was one for 5 hours. I think the other one, the live one was 4. There was like another live one. There's a second live one for 4. And then there's a bunch of small ones that he put together. So maybe 10 hours, maybe more.
On the internet that you don't even know. You're letting all your ego and pride get to your head, bro. With all these viewers of trolls that don't give a fuck. Most of the people in your chats and most people you mod are all trolls, dude. You don't even know them. You never even talk to them. They never even called in your show. How many people called into your show, Dave, to this date? How many people called in your show?
Probably a fair bit. I mean, like, which show, though? That's the thing, though. I'm not you. I don't, first of all, I'm not a snake, so I don't slither on my tummy. And, yeah, I mean, I don't have just one show, which is the pity party there, where you just lie on your stomach and, you know, spill liquids on your laptop to then think that you've been hacked. Got a variety of shows, and a variety of people have called in. A true, you know, gamut of the community, as it were. But you're projecting really here at this point, because it's people who aren't calling you. Nobody's calling you, but people, multiple types of people, multiple individuals in this community called in. So
You got them all moderated. You can't even listen.
also, I think it's funny is like, how does he know who I interact with. Clearly doesn't. So he's just making assumptions, as he always does. I saw that person in this person's chat. Oh my God, you have this massive conspiracy against me.
Their voice, though. They don't want to call your show, Dave. They're all scared of you. They're edging you on because they know how powerful I am.
Ha 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 ha. No, you've been exposed as the boy who cries wolf. Little Scunty.
They're edging you on so that I will fucking actually take you down in a court of law. That's what they're doing, bro.
It's them, dude. They're trying to take you down, but if you ally with me, I'll protect you, dude. You know, I know what they're doing.
They want you gone. They don't want me gone. They want you gone. And they know.
That's a new strategy. But it is definitively something that people who, again, are controlling in their nature to the point where they are domestic abusers would try to pull some sort of gaslighting bullshit like that.
But I'm the only guy that can do it.
Ha 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 ha. It's funny. If you're the only guy who can do it, then why haven't you done it already? I mean, your health has suffered so much. Or is that Nikki moving, to Edmonton? Which one, which one's sort of scaring you more?
You're fooling yourself, Dave, if you think otherwise. You have no idea what's going on around.
Well, I guess that means I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Look, I guess you were right there, Scott.
You have nothing but 50 trolls. Bro, you make fun of Bullfrog, Dave Rose. You think you're so superior and you make fun of autistic people like Bullfrog? You know what's weird, Dave? You're the autistic person that I look at. Your shows, you're the autistic person to me.
Well, a psychopath with absolutely no knowledge of anything basic even is not someone I'm going to take medical advice from. But thanks for coming out there, Scunty.
Seriously. You think it's funny and you think it's cool to make fun of autistic people that capitalize on their wealth. You got...
Capitalize on their wealth. Interesting. Bullfrog is a cheap motherfucker. And he hasn't paid me a goddamn dime. So he's clearly referring to that, right? I can't think of anything else that he might be thinking I'm referring to. Like, capitalize what on YR's wealth? On Ken's wealth? I haven't worked with Joe for like 6 months or something, so it can't be him. I haven't set up fucking Streamlabs. Who is he talking about here?
Guys will sit there, all of you. You and Travis and everybody say, Joe capitalizes on people, and y'all make fake accounts like Disabled Donator, Young Republican, and y'all capitalize on all this shit, and y'all think it's funny. But you guys are literally the ones that are capitalizing on it more than Joe ever could dream of. You guys are projecting every...
Joe right now is sitting back and laughing because you, Scunty, are basically attacking all these people that have criticized him, and he can keep you on a basically short leash so that, you're not attacking him and you're under control enough for him to handle you and continue to, I guess, utilize you for his personal own entertainment. But then again, I'm not going to call him out on that either because it is... Nikki does it, I do it, everyone does it. It's hilarious to see your rapid decline mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and you're the one who's chosen this. But he's sitting back and enjoying the fact that people are focusing their energies on you and not on him, for example.
Thing that you're guilty of on Joe. It's true. It is true. You guys are doing that right now, and I can't help you. I can't help you, bro. I'm not on your side anymore. I can't help you. You guys are doing it to yourselves. And the world's going to figure it out. And the whole community's going to figure it out. D. Welsh needs to shut his fucking mouth, too. Because D. Welsh, I ain't none of the accounts, you dumb fuck. You need to stop blaming me. You and Amanda Carmen need to fuck off and stop blaming me. Stop fucking blaming me. I'm not involved in any of this. You fucking dumb fuck. Stop mentioning my fucking name. You do it one more time, and you're gonna fucking learn a real hard lesson.
My God, wouldn't it be great if somebody? I mean, obviously this would be a big amount of work, but imagine if somebody just compiled Scott saying like, "You better not," or whatever his threat is, and just compile them into like just a string of all this, "You better not," and it'll be one thread after the other and just one fucking rant after the other. It would be hilarious.
That's all I'm gonna tell you, D. Welsh. You do it one more time. You do it one more time, D. Welsh. I don't need to go out there and fucking have a battle with you, brother. I don't need to go out there and have a battle with you. I'm not the one making fake accounts of you. I never was. You fucking dumb fuck. And you can ask the FBI and you can trace my computer, but I'm gonna tell you this.
The word of the week is "ya dumb fuck."
And I'm gonna tell you this once and for all, D. Welsh. You blame me one more motherfucking time. One more time. You were meant.
One last time.
And to blame me of doing any of this shit one more fucking time, bro. And you're going to fucking learn. You're going to fucking learn. Real fucking quickly. That's all I'm saying about that. It ain't me. What fucking reason or purpose and what gain would I have from fucking making fake accounts of you, you fucking weirdo? I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give two fucks about you. What am I gaining here? Think about it. Who got something to gain off you, D. Welsh? Maybe you start looking in the direction of people that got something to actually gain off you instead of me. Because I don't give a fuck about your little wrestling games and whatever the fuck you weirdos do on Monetize This. I don't give a fuck. It ain't me, motherfucker. Start looking in other directions, you stupid fuck. I'm never the guy that was ever against you. You keep mentioning my name, bro. You mention my fucking name one more time, D. Wells, for something that I'm not doing, and you're gonna learn the hard way, bro, of what I'm capable of. One more fucking time you mention my name of something that I didn't do, and you're gonna learn the hard way. I'll show you. Because if you're gonna keep on going on about my name and fucking bringing me up, I'll show you how fucking bad it can get. Stop mentioning my fucking name. Stop. You and Amanda Carmen. Or I'm gonna fucking absolutely 100%, I'm going to show every message I've ever had with Amanda Carmen. If you guys don't stop, I'm showing everything. Everything. And I'm...
So you mean you have nothing, is what you're saying. You have nothing. You have to resort to screenshots from years ago where you point, well, look what they said here. Pathetic.
I mean everything. Just stop and leave me alone. Stop blaming me for shit that I'm not doing. Or you're done. End of story. That is a threat. That is a threat. You can mark that down and send that to the LAPD. That is a threat.
Well, thankfully, here on the Dave Rose channel, we do not delete our videos and put them into the oblivion of obscurity to act like Mark Scunty and pretend, I sure showed you. Well, we keep those videos right here for you to replay over and over again in front of a jury as you convict an individual who is clearly psychotic and a danger to himself and others.
That is a legitimate threat of intimidation right there. Right there. Threat of intimidation. Dave Rose style.
I've got way more style and class than you do.
Oh. You know, I saw fucking faggot Dave Rose the other day bowing down almost to D-Boss. I saw it on both live stream. I see everything. I see everything. I see what all of you do. I see where all of you go. You're all such fake little bitches, bro. You're all so worried about me. I don't give a fuck about any one of you. I'm not here to make friends with any one of you. I'm just here to...
Then why do you get pissed off at the fact that nobody interacts with you and that nobody wants to be your friend and that you were such a great friend to other people? Could you explain that quite massive dichotomy between the two topics there?
watch the fireworks and watch all of you at the end of the day.
Also, I don't know if anyone I don't want to rewind, but I would continue to play because I thought he might continue to say it, but he said I bowed down to somebody. I didn't hear the name. Sounded like it started with a D or something. But it was like he said it happened during the Bullfrog stream. And I don't remember interacting with basically anybody other than Bullfrog. I was in the chat, obviously, but like, I can't seem to register what he's, referring to here. So if anybody sort of understood what it was, feel free to put it in the chat there.
And that's how we're improving. I'm going to watch many more fireworks.
I'm going to rewind.
Fireworks aren't done yet. For me, I don't give a fuck about any one of you. I'm not here to make friends with any one of you. I'm just here to watch the fireworks and watch all of you at the end of the day. And that's how we're improving. I'm going to watch many more fireworks.
But that's the thing, though. I thought he was coming to save the community, that he could improve the community. And again, if he's just coming to watch fireworks, then why is he getting constantly involved in such? I mean, you can watch the fireworks without having a fucking YouTube account, or if you have one, logging out of it. This guy's well familiar with fucking fake accounts, so he could easily do that and just be quiet in the chat there and observe, eat your popcorn, and no problem. But no, you desire, you require, you thirst for that human interaction. Nobody gives you the time of day. So you just need to have somebody interact with you to the point where you actually think that they owe you that. It's like somebody gives you a thumbs up on a post and then you think that they now are your best friend. I think fucking South Park back in the day did an episode on that, like with Facebook, with the thumbs up and the friends and, and yeah.
And the fireworks aren't done yet. That's a fact.
Well, your fireworks, if they started, sputtered so badly nobody noticed them. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're just getting started, aren't we? Boys and girls.
I talked about this the other day. It's like, if this guy literally is a broken starter in a motor. Like, he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm going to start it." It's not starting. The truck's not. The Scunty truck is not starting. Okay, it's broken. The starter's broken, so it's never going to go.
Aren't we just getting started on the fireworks? There's so many more clips I have to play here tonight. So many more. And I'm just trying to think, where do we want to go with clips? I'm trying to figure out should I show everybody that Tony's a liar? Do we already show that Tony's a liar, or are we good on that one or no? I'm serious. Are we good on the Tony is a liar? Or anybody want to call in and maybe refresh my memory a little bit? Or Simo, you're up there, are you? Oh, you're awake now? You had a good shower, did you, Simo? You're awake now? I'm gonna give you a call, brother. I'm gonna give you a call. It looks like you're ready to go there, Simo. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a dingle there. Looks like you're ready to go. Simo,
listen to
everybody,
this.
ladies and gentlemen. Simo is now freshly showered, out of the jail cell, freshly showered up like over there, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Simo, one of the greatest moderators I've ever had that can never answer my call, only when he deems it necessary. Total long-time supporter and 75th listener. I'm gonna have to, pretty much gonna have to make a video now where Wire has to use tomorrow, where I'm bashing Simo and taking his wrench away. So I guess that's what we're gonna have to do, but I need to do it with like dramatic music. So hold on a second, cause like shit ain't working the way I want it to tonight. And if anybody got $20 to order me popcorn from the theater, they're kind of, you know what I mean? Like, appreciate all the money, you know? I don't make money out here. But if I did, Simo promised he was going to give me fucking PayPal money fucking a month ago, and he hasn't yet, so. He can't answer the call, he's not around. I don't know. Simo, it's not looking too good for you. You know what I mean? I mean, fucking, seriously, bro. I love you, but, like, dude, like, I told you last week, like, dude, you're dead weight. Like, you're not giving me anything. You're not giving anybody anything. You can't just come in here as a mod and say one thing or two. You can't even bring me food. You're not doing anything, really. You know what I mean? You're kind of dead, bro. And, so, basically, we're gonna have a vote off Zemo. So, you know, fucking, I'm joking, obviously. I kind of see what all these guys doing the shows, like Drew and fucking Garguts. And it's kind of fucking weird, man. But they do. It's weird, but they do get like they get a group of people though. You know what I mean? Like, as weird as it is, and some of us hate it, they definitely get a crew of people together, and they do it better than anyone of us can. Because I'm left dealing with Simo that I don't even know what's on the call. I don't even know where he's at, who's coming or going, and yeah. It's not your best McDonald's combo. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I mean, you guys are really impressive there. Just go to bed. Just leave. Just get off the call and leave, bro. Just go hang yourself somewhere in the woods. I don't really care. I don't. I'll tell you later. So, just fuck off. Just fuck off, bro. Like, just go away. Go away. Fuck off. I don't care. And we're gonna go ahead and do some cooking with bullfrog. The rice, roni, and
because the only content that he produces is others' content.
we're just gonna pretend that Dave Rose did not want to kill Bullfrog last week, and we're gonna do some rice roni. You know, I mean, you can't get better than that. You're gonna kill a guy 1 week.
I never said I was going to kill him, nor did I ever infer me wanting to commit any physical harm on him.
You're gonna put the FBI on him, call him shadow molester, and then the next week you're doing a cooking show with him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Only in America. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm in Canada, so.
It's totally normal. Totally normal. God damn, them shots are strong, nigga. Like, I got some strong shots of whiskey and some cigarettes, but like, yo, I need food, bro. Them got some money for some food up in this? No? Yeah, I figured as much. Y'all niggas. Yeah, no, your name is great. It's a great name. Scott's dead mother's pussy. Awesome name. You know what I mean? SC Steve and Young Republican, I have a very, very, and I mean very special treat coming for the both of you. I'm going to give you a little example of how serious I am. You guys think this is a joke? You think that you can get away with everything that you guys get away with?
So far, so good there, Scunty. Come on now. Let's go.
You know, in Vegas, when it comes to Mars Mayor, he lives in Clark County. Clark County Coroner's Office are very aware of Mars Mayor's statements about fucking dead bodies. They're very aware of it. But what's also a reality, and you guys don't think it is Collin County in Texas. Not Clark County. It's called Collin County in Texas. I've spoken with these individuals multiple times over Mr. Jacob Prop's criminal offenses. It's a real thing. I'm going to put them on the air right now to show you how serious I am.
911. For English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. This conversation will be recorded for...
Yeah.
This is the Plano Police Department. If you have an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Para opciones en español, marque el número 1. To report an animal control issue, press 2.
This is how you report Jacob Props.
To report a non-emergency issue, press 3. For jail information, press 4. For alarm permits, press 5. To talk to the detective investigating your case, press 6. For a copy of your police report or records information, press 7. For the municipal court, press 8. To reach an operator, press 9. To repeat these options, communications, this is Ann.
Hey there, how you doing?
Doing well, how are you?
Not too bad. You're just communications and so it's probably not the right department. Just trying to report an individual down there in
what are they doing?
well, he's already been locked up in Collin County Penitentiary before for robbing old ladies and doing like weird malicious stuff. He's kind of working his way around YouTube now. Now that he's out, he's kind of maliciously working his way around YouTube. And he's doing things like there's a registered sex offender named Keith Barber from Florida. He's telling him to show his testicles on air. Then he fucks with people. Then he actually tries to dox people's families and names and does a lot of threats of intimidation. Yeah, he's a bit of a problem child. Are you still there? Okay. Bit of a problem child, this individual. So we're going to try to figure out why Jacob Props is the way he is.
Okay, does he live here in Plano?
Well, he lives in Houston.
He lives in Houston?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a cyber crime as far as that goes?
Well, I mean, and how far does that ever go?
I understand. But since he does live in Houston, Houston police will have to do that investigation.
Yes.
I can get their phone number if you would like it.
Are they really even gonna? Do they really care? Like, let's just be honest here. Do they really care?
I can't speak for the Houston Police Department, but I know that if this person is harassing people online and he is being a bully and giving out their personal information, then that is something that would be investigated by police.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that down then, because he's definitely that individual. He's been doing this for years. So, and they're telling people that I've been doing this. That's what's hilarious. All right. I'll take that number down.
Okay, that's going to be 713.
Okay. Hold on a second.
84. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit slow here. Hold on. Trying to bring up the notepad on the laptop.
I understand. Just let me know when you're ready.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You're sweeter. What is it again?
It's 713.
713, yeah.
884.
884.
3131.
You know what I feel off of your vibrations? I appreciate the number, but just before we go, I want you to tell me if I'm right, because I'm pretty good at ESP. I feel like your husband is a very strong deputy, and you guys are strong. You're a strong family. You have a strong family with strong loyalty, with strong Texas pride, and I feel it.
Well, I certainly hope that those are good vibes for the future, but I'm not married right now.
Are you serious? You're not even married?
I am. Yes, sir.
You're not married?
That is correct.
What? No way. You sound like you're totally married, man. Come on. You're not married?
Well, I appreciate that, but
I'm up in Canada if you want to fly up when the borders open again. I mean, no, I'm just joking. Come on.
Oh my God. I do apologize, people. Retarded yet again. I was discussing on how this thirst is just so, it's so disgusting. It's just, it makes me feel uncomfortable. And it's just, wow. It just, it's gross. It's disgusting. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. And again, apologies for the no sound thing. I'm going to keep myself unmuted just so that I don't fuck it up again.
But like when the border opens up or something, you want to go up to Canada. Man, can we just open the border? I like Texas. You want to know why I love Texas? Because I'm an Albertan, right? And out here in Alberta, we're all about the pipelines and the oil. And the Texans and the Albertans need to stick together because we're all in the same, you know what I mean? We're all in the same boat, if you don't know what I'm saying. The Albertans and the Texans. See, this is why I wanted Donald Trump to like, they're so, like...
Is right, Scunt. Is right. Yes, Travis, it is beyond cringe. Like, even the word cringe is cringe, but this is way beyond that. This is just,
Texas wants to separate from America, basically, at this point. And I think America is going to separate into blue and red states. And I think Canada's going to go the same way. And if anything, I always wanted Texas and Alberta to be together, you know? Because, listen, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not about the global warming shit, because...
Well, now you've just fucked up your chances to live with a Texan, because they like their meat. Not that she would find either in your household, whether it be a nice steak for dinner or, you know, something between those legs of yours.
I know it's not real. Oh, God. How do I explain this?
Just stop.
We need Trump back. Are you in agreement?
This is so inappropriate, and it's inappropriate even for employers. Leave your fucking employees alone. Don't fucking ask them about their political leanings, this and that. Like, it's, I don't know, like, but more importantly, the imposition, really, by somebody who's calling in to use a service that's made for people that require assistance, that he would even bring up politics, you know, especially nowadays where if you show the wrong think, then your supervisor, who's always had it out for you, now has a reason to go to HR, who's now, employing all SJWs, and they see this as an opportunity to fire you and bring in somebody more inept because it fits the diversity quota.
Hello? Schiller? Hello? Hello? I think she got me on mute. She hung up on me. Well, I guess...
She hung up on him. Smart move, lady.
It's basically at that point, you know, fucking Trump 2021. She was a sweet lady. So there's another clip for you, Dave Rose. Scott McKinnon hitting on police women again.
Well, I appreciate it, as will all the councilmen, you know, politicians, the mental health experts. I think they would also appreciate what I am doing, because after all, it is for the benefit of the greater good.
Scott McKinnon just can't help himself, right? Just can't help myself. I'm just so attracted to strong Texan women, I can't help myself, right? Jesus.
Seems to me like you can't help yourself fucking harassing people, wasting government resources and taxpayer money, and many a times endangering the lives of your fellow man because of your ego, because of your pride, because of your delusions.
Very sweet girl. Very sweet girl. I thought for sure she was married. She sounded like a solid woman from Texas that had a solid husband that was a deputy or a sheriff down in Texas that brought the real deal to people. You know what I mean?
I don't know where he's getting this.
Fuck. I grew up the wrong country, I think. I need to be down there in Texas with my weapons and with my girls, you know?
Let's be honest, you have neither.
She hung up on me, but, you know, she's a sweet girl. You know? I'm not gonna fucking be very nice to fucking, you know, Australian women that dox my whole family and want to kill me. I mean, how am I supposed to not bully Bex, right? I'm a bully with Bex, though, right? Yeah. If you guys only heard all the other conversations we had, other than that one conversation Dave Rose uploads, if you heard every other conversation, I wonder how much you guys would think of me then. Dave Rose uploads one public conversation where me and Bex fight. You want to hear 75 other conversations where me and Bex are in love?
Sure, publish them. You say you have all this information, publish them. I mean, by this point, only a moron would not have published this if they're sitting on this stuff. Like, consider the amount of work that went into, the tribunal. I think he just thinks that, it was just easy to do all that stuff. Okay, fine. But like, the more evidence you keep sitting on, the more time it's going to take actually to disseminate, to put out. You're going to be quite occupied to present it. So, I mean, like, at what point do you choose, okay, I've got enough to go forward with this? I mean, hello?
You're not going to hear those, though, are you? Because it's about what the media wants to hear. Dave Rose, of all people.
About what the media wants to hear? What does the media have anything to do with this?
I expect it better of him, but he's a liar. He's a liar to himself, and he purposely lies.
He's a liar from a curdler.
And twists his narratives more than anybody. And then he goes around telling everybody I'm devious for a reason. That's not normal. That's not a good person.
Oh my God. There's nothing really to say here.
And Dave knows that. Dave knows exactly what he's doing, and he's not a good person for doing that. Me and Bex has had 40...
How dare he call himself devious? How dare he? He hurt my feelings.
5 romantic and great conversations. I've had great times. Conversation with her children. Joe Blown, same thing. You guys know that. So, for you guys to treat me like a demon, I dare you to put Dave Rose on a phone call with Bex's children and see how much Dave Rose is a sweetheart.
Well, in my career as an outdoor educator, I've worked countless times. I can't count. That's why it's called countless. Countless times with kids of all ages and adults and seniors and troubled youth and indigenous and many other. Okay. To be honest, kids are a godsend. They're fucking a joy to deal with. And when you compare them to you, even the most cranky, stinky, uncooperative child is still way easier to deal with and a much more genuine, genuine and sincere individual than you could ever dream of, Scunt. But, hey, I've made something of my life. I know you haven't. But just because I don't, you're the guy who thought that my real name was Dave Venture. You're a fucking moron. So you don't know my real life, and you don't know what I've accomplished. And I've said this countless times, and I stand by it, and I believe it, is that if I was told that I'm going to die tomorrow, I would be totally satisfied with what I've accomplished. Would I have liked to have accomplished more? Of course, but that's my nature. That's most people's nature. It's like, well, if I could have, I would have. But if I, if I die tomorrow, well, looking back on my entire life, can I say I did the best that I could? That I tried to live up to a good ideal, a good moral compass, to try to lead an exemplary life? I can 100%, not 3,000%, but 100% guarantee you that. And I stand by that. Now, I know that you just look back to your life, not, even knowing that you're not going to die tomorrow, although you never know if that might be the case because of your health issues. But you look back and all you see is regret.
Let's see Dave Rose is a sweetheart, Bex. The guy that you utilized. The guy that you doxed my address to. I forgave you. And you know what? You know what, Bex? To this day, I never gave anybody your guys' address. But like, it blows my mind that ads goes out there in all these chats and blames me for all this shit, because I still see him today going Scunty this, Scunty that, Scott this, Scott that. You blame me for all this shit ads, and I still haven't put your wife or your fucking address out there. Have I? Have I? You're a fucking cunt, bro. You're a cunt and you're a liar. I haven't done, and I want to, what you guys have done to me. That's the reality. You know it and I know it. And all I am happy is knowing that you know in your heart, I would never do what the fuck you guys did to me. Ever.
The lie detector has determined that that is a lie. Because every time you've had a chance to try to dox someone, you have. And we have multiple instances proving that. Ergo, that is a lie.
No CPS bullshit, no nothing. I wouldn't do shit to you or your family the way you did it to me. And that's all I need to know, is knowing that I am a better man than you, bro. That's good enough for me. Mr. Glass Factory. You can go fuck yourself, alright? Good night. I'm not here to get dates with Texas police women.
Well, then please do tell us why you're here, oh great scunt.
But I might need a Texas police officer as my wife maybe one day. Maybe that's what I need. I don't know. One time I thought it was Australian Bex. Maybe I need an Australian girl. Maybe I just need an Australian girl. Look how that turned out.
What's wrong with the girls in Alberta? Or maybe the girls back in Glace Bay? Or anybody else you can meet literally with all these different apps?
So good. So if I call Texas...
Hey there, bud. Imagine all the time that you spent, for example, like you have with these streams. Instead of, going on your little rants and living in your own little delusions, you spent it, I don't know, improving yourself, going to different dating sites, attempting to meet new people. That might work out for you.
I wasn't calling the dating line there. I was reporting Young Republican. And I was reporting him seriously. But it didn't work out the way I wanted it. So it kind of went pretty lopsided there very quickly. I'm not sure how that happened. What I told you, Dave Rose putting fucking Super Cialis, fucking Superman pills in my drink tonight. Could have something to do with that. I'm not sure. But the main point is a young Republican.
Hold on, isn't Cialis for getting your dick hard? I have no idea what it is, but I think that's what it is. Okay, is that supposed to make you sleepy?
Will be arrested at some point when we kick down his door with SWAT team. Now, I'm not going to be part of that SWAT team, and I'm not here to SWAT him. but I'm asking Dave Rose to put the camera crew on the team that's going to swap me here in Canada, because we're going to need to see some wild entertainment, and everybody in the tribunal is waiting for it, and that's why everybody in the tribunal is saying your tribunal sucks. So we're going to need
But that's a lie.
camera crews on the SWAT team kicking down this guy's door. And the minute they kicked it down, Tyson's going to attack. And if Tyson gets shot, I'm going to die, basically. Because I'm going to murder anybody that shoots that dog. And I will murder everything in my path.
Well, I'm glad that you've admitted now what would happen if the police attempt to confront you. So they're going to probably have to use lethal rounds if, they interact with you.
And it's going to take about 45 bullets to take me down, because I'm a psychopath.
There's that number again. 45. 45. This time, 45 bullets.
And I'm not doing it. So Dave Rose will be responsible for killing a dog, killing me, killing multiple other individuals. Dave.
I love the logic. I will be directly responsible. Is that a murder one charge for me?
Rose will have that blood on his hands, whether you like it or not. Someday, somewhere, Dave Rose will have the blood on his hands, whether he likes it or not. Dave Rose already drew the blood and already spoke the words and talks tough and talks the talk. You better start walking the walk, bro, because you're going to have the blood in your hands, brother. You better
He's just throwing all these different fucking words together. It's fucking hilarious.
start realizing that you're not just hiding in Ontario. Ontario is a big state. You can't find me. It's a big province. You can't find me. I'm going to tell you something, Dave Rose. I have not been going around telling people that I'm coming after you or that I know where you live. You've been telling people that I've been saying.
The clips actually state otherwise, but yeah, keep living that delusion and forgetting what you've done or trying to ignore what you've done and hope that people will forget about it.
That is not true.
It is true. The clips prove it.
It's not true, Dave. You've been lying to people. Dave Rose, I know where you are, and I know who you are.
Okay, so now he knows. Okay, so this is, remember, this is what we're reviewing today is the second half. Wasn't even half. I did the first 3 hours yesterday. This is the last 2 hours. It was a total of 5 hours, and there's 5:47. Okay, so there's obviously a little more, but regardless, now he's clearly stating that he does know where I am, and he knows who I am. So if he knows who I am, then he should have obviously known about my work with youth, especially in the outdoor education industry. I also worked with kids with computers and shit like that before I retired from the IT. But yeah, you would know that if you actually knew me. That's logic there.
I have not told anybody that. So stop lying. And if you don't think I do, I do.
You haven't told anyone, but you are doing it here, and that's probably why you decided to private the video again, because that sure showed me by telling me while I wasn't watching and then privating it so I'd never see it. And, if you don't think I do, I do. We got to hear that again. That's too funny.
I have not been going around telling people that I'm coming after you or that I know where you live. You've been telling people that I've been saying that, and that is not true. That is not true, Dave. You've been lying to people. Dave Rose, I know where you are, and I know who you are. I have not told anybody that. So, stop lying. And if you don't think I do, I do. You should be scared, Dave. Because at any given second, if you keep fucking with me, keep fucking with me. Just keep fucking with me, Dave. Keep going around there, fucking blowing your mouth out at a proportion. Keep fucking running your mouth, bro. in front of 50 trolls. Just keep doing it, Dave.
That must be how I keep my slim figure. I run my mouth and I burn my calories. Try the Dave Rose diet today.
And you'll see exactly what's going on. Keep running your mouth, Dave. This is not a threat at all. I'm just asking. You want to keep running your mouth about me? Causing false allegations? You want to go out there and tell people that I'm a fucking groomer of children, McCann? You have no idea.
Please produce the clip. I did not say that. Speculation also cannot be made, I guess, privy to any judgment in a court, because you can speculate all you want and not be doing anything illegal. You can say, well, like, for example, Harvey Weinstein did some bad things. We know a little bit about it. We don't know a lot, but what we do know is allows us to speculate on what maybe he did behind private doors that is being, sealed in a court indictment or something. Jeffrey Epstein, same deal. Bill Clinton.
Coming for you, Dave. You ain't keep running your mouth, Dave. This is not a threat at all. I'm just asking. You want to keep running your mouth about me? Causing false allegations? You want to go out there and tell people that I'm a fucking groomer of children, McCann? You have no idea what's coming for you, Dave. You ain't can both. Telling me that I'm a groomer of children? I can't believe.
Mathematically, I guess he's correct, because he says I have no idea in the sense, and I equate that to the sense that zero is no. It means nothing. So there's no idea, it means nothing, right? There's nothing. No idea, nothing. What's nothing? Zero. So obviously what he's saying is, I guess you could construe mathematically true, is that he's got nothing, so I'm thinking nothing of it.
That Ken Morrison has the balls to work with you after making a fake video that you want to
hear that again.
Tell people that I'm a fucking groomer of children, McCann? You have no idea what's coming for you, Dave. You ain't can both. Telling me that I'm a groomer of children? I can't believe that Ken Morrison has the balls to work with you after making a fake video that I sent to the police already.
But hold on, what does that have to do with me? He's like, I can't believe that Ken would work with you after he did a video about me. But what does that have to do with me?
Original video and the real video that are sent to police of that edited video. And I can't believe that the both of you are calling me groomers of children.
Well, although technically the age of consent in Nova Scotia when you were 22 was the age of 16, there have been successful arguments in court in the past in regards to emotional and mental maturity that have sort of allowed for that judgment to be cast and convicted of.
Do you know that what you guys are doing is called premeditated murder?
I did not know. Is this what the, I guess, qualifies for premeditated murder on the planet that you come from there?
You're both done. Like, I'm not going anywhere, but the both of you.
We're both done, like dinner. Not medium rare. But we're done.
Better shut the fuck up real quick. You're burying yourselves.
But if we're done, what does it matter if we keep talking? We're done. We're done. Like, it's over. It's over for us. So really, eventually, it's just going to come and get us, right? Because it's done. It's over. So what does it matter if we keep talking? Because it's done. It's over. We're going to get ours. So really, it doesn't matter what we say, basically. No matter what we say, it's done. It's over. We're getting ours. So it really doesn't matter. It shouldn't.
I don't even have to come on air and even say nothing. I don't need a group of trolls and a group of people to come online.
Is that what while you, during this 5-hour plus rant, were so desperate and begging for people to call in? Including your supposed friends like Simo and then I guess El Gallo de Oro. I mean, is that why?
I know what's going on.
Please tell.
And so do the police.
And if it was as severe as Scott says, and he has all the evidence, and he's already contacted him and submitted the information, then action should have already been taken. Because if it really is as bad as Scott is portraying it to be, then clearly we're guilty of premeditated murder, according to him. I mean, Scott's still alive, so I don't know how there wasn't an attempted put in there, but premeditated murder, it's a done deal, it's over. So that crime has been committed. So how is it, with all this evidence that he has, we still haven't been taken to justice? Because he just admitted he knows exactly where I am, and he knows where Ken is. I mean, hello.
And the next time the young Republicans involved in this, I'm sending Keith Barber's Florida Police Department the fucking video of him.
Oh, he's getting smarter. Instead of saying the Florida Police Department, he's saying Keith Barber's Police Department.
Him showing his testicles in front of SEC.
But he didn't show his testicles, you dummy. And you know that. Now you're being disingenuous.
Steve and Wire and them asking to him. So they better step.
But hold on. The guy's a grown adult. He's responsible legally for his own actions. So, I mean, it's for example, it's like being dared over the internet. When Bullfrog dared Tony to write his family's names in the chat, well, he did. He dared him, and it was over the internet. So, Scunty's logic is obviously skewed.
The fuck out. Number one. Because if you guys are really going to take it this far, I'm asking Wire and SEC to step the fuck off. And if they want any...
And what I meant to say previously was that, by being responsible for his own actions, YR and Steve have no responsibility whatsoever. If they dare somebody to do something, they do it. They're not responsible. That other person's an adult. They're legally responsible for their own conduct.
Involvement in this, I'm giving them one last chance because I'm bringing it all up to the forefront.
Oh, how benevolent of you, Scunty. How benevolent. One more chance. One more chance. I mean, you literally said that yesterday, or on the stream I reviewed yesterday with Tiffany. I'm giving you one more chance. So now you're giving these guys one more chance. And then you're going to give them what? Another chance?
You guys want to continue to fuck with me and think that this is a joke? I don't want this to happen, but I'm ready to go, bro. I'm at my limit with all of you. I'm done.
You've been ready to go for years.
To end it real quick.
You've been ready to go for years. And you said you were just here to just sit at the sidelines and watch. But now you're saying you're going to take it all down? Can you be a little more, convincing in your argument?
Quickly. And it's going to be very quick. Very quick. I'm not joking here. So you guys better start fucking figuring out what you really want to do here.
I think I've been extremely clear as to how I will continue to conduct myself, as has everyone else, especially after that delectable offering known as the Marathon of Evidence and the Grand Tribunal of Scunty McShitRat.
I'm done. Going around spreading rumors around about me being a groomer. Ken Morrison.
Going around spreading rumors around.
I will fucking absolutely decimate you.
Well, you tried to do that by literally showing your searching of their information online so that you could dox them and then say, it's public information. I didn't mean to do this, but I'm literally doing it on stream with an intent that is based on causing harm. So, yeah, that whole aspect of intent is something that you don't seem to keep in mind when you flap your gums there.
Fake badges of Homeland Security, to threatening my mother, telling me that you want my mother to die, calling my nephews retarded, your fucking friends, talking to my dead grandmother, everything connected to you is nothing but trauma and trollism and psycho, sick, sadistic, fucking weird shit. I have you documented for 10 hours a day. A family man, 10 hours a day. You spend your fucking life on a fucking drama show, and that's normal? That's normal. You're gonna tell me that you spending 10 hours of your day as a family man on a drama show is normal, Ken?
Well, hold on a second. Regardless of your mental state, Mr. McKinnon, the fact that you said 10 hours a day, and we could assume whether it's a 5-day week or a 7-day week, regardless, it's 50 hours and over. That is, A, impossible for what we can prove of Ken's daily activities, and B, but more importantly, proves that it's an absolute lie. And you know it. That's considered perjury. Imagine how that would be in a curdler. Also, I doubt that you even know what the definition of perjury is, so I would suggest you look at it.
That is not normal, you fuck. The cops are already aware of the night that you drove me off the deep. You drove me off the brink end. You did.
You drove me off the deep. You drove me off the brink end. I think you mean they drove you to the brink. They drove you off the deep end. Ricky.
I was a bit fucked up, worse than I was. It's my own problems, but I accepted my own problems. But I thought you were my boy. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were a cool guy. Like, we were going serious radio. Like, I really believed everything you said. I believed that we were on serious radio. I believed in all this shit. I believed in it all, Ken. I believed in you and I believed in it all, and you fucked me over Mellow Yellow. You literally destroyed my life over Mellow Yellow. And then I went to jail. Basically that night. Over, I drank your drink, the Kraken. And it really all did boil it down to Mellow Yellow. It did. And yeah.
Wow, Mellow Yellow's a pussy-ass bitch, but he's never fucking triggered me like you. I mean, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. When fucking... Well, clearly he is lower than Mellow, but like that Mellow, like already bottom of the barrel fucking scum garbage, fucking is above Scott, and that Scott is triggered by that. I mean, it's hilarious.
I got my testimonies and court cases and all that shit. I know you do, right? And you can play it for the world if you want. I don't really give a fuck. Scott's dead mother's pussy. Scott's dead mother grandmother fucking corpse pussy. I don't really give a fuck, bro. Like, I am done. And when I say I'm done, I mean it.
No, you don't. Because how many last streams have we seen published from you only to have you literally start publishing the next day? Answer: dozens of those.
This is your last chance. This is your last chance. If you think that I'm a joke, you're going to learn in a court of law. You're actually going to learn, and I'm not joking. You're going to learn that I'm no joke. You, Dave Rose, Ken, and all of you. You're going to learn. Exactly. And you're going to remember. Because apparently you all have short-term memories of all the threats and all this shit.
So why don't you remind us by publishing all this and just putting it out there? I mean, you have it all. You've said so. You've admitted so. You have it all. So why not prove it? You know?
Apparently you guys think you're innocent. You're going to learn the hard way. And I don't give a fuck because COVID ain't stopping it. Dave Rose, your connection with the FBI is not my connection with the FBI. You're going to learn real hard. Dave Rose is going to be busted. I might have the FBI kicked down his door.
They have no jurisdiction here in Canada, number one. Two, I mean, when I state the obvious and just remind everyone of the crimes that you've committed, I cite them, and I cite where in the law that is a violation. You, Scunty, have yet to even one time do that. And I remember a couple of years ago when I did that, when I brought that information out. It was 2019 when you really started to go off the deep end. And I said, okay, well, you want to start threatening me? Well, here are all the different laws that you've violated. And we've heard the clips of you pathetically trying to tell everyone, well, I went to the police department and they literally explained the entire criminal code to me. And I know it all now. Ignoring the fact that it's tens of thousands of pages. It's also updated, on the fairly regular. And he thinks that this is just it's not gonna be called out. Mark Scunty, you're trying to play with the big boys. But you're not allowed. You're not allowed at the adults' table.
Before this is over, I might actually have the FBI kick down his door. So Dave Rose, you better start hiding what you're doing. Because you know what you're doing, and I know what you're doing. You know what you're doing?
He knows what I'm doing, huh? And, well, why haven't you done anything then?
And I know what you're doing.
But remember, he's not saying what I'm doing. He won't tell you what I'm doing. So I know what you're doing. Well, what am I doing? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Why don't you tell me? Really? Really, dummy? This isn't like literally first grade. Why don't you tell me what cards you have, or why don't you tell me what you did, and I'll tell you something that makes me sound better. That's Mark Scunty.
Right, Mr. Doc, Box 1 and 2? Dave Rose, if and when I find you, you better hope that I don't find you before the FBI does. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, I do appreciate a very recent death threat that I can now produce to add to the pile that's already been presented. And I also like to review this here so that everyone else can hear it, because we know that you're a coward, Scunty. So you talk all tough and say, oh, you guys talk tough and, blah, blah, blah. But we point out the facts and we don't delete our videos. And you, on the other hand, talk all tough at the time where nobody is up, where you know nobody is up. But you delude yourself into thinking that the trolls in there that know personal stuff about you from back home aren't, like, you think that there's somebody else. And then you delete your video.
That's it. And I'm serious.
Remember, we never know with him, so he has to keep reminding us when he is serious so that we know that he's going to follow through with these supposed threats.
You have no idea who you're dealing with, Dave. No idea. Told you this a long time ago when you worked with me, brother.
Yeah, and still waiting. Still waiting. I mean, oh, you have no idea. I told you long ago. Okay, and you said you have it all, and that you could do it at any point, and you better not cross this line, or else, or else, or else, or else. And we have yet to see anything. We haven't seen anything, Scunty. Why don't you go ask your friend Simo, who apparently is so competent with his computer skills that while editing the video proof of Scott supposedly being a pedophile, he pulled out the USB key while it was actioning it and damaged all the files. And then it gets proven that he was a fucking liar and a fucking inept fucking faggot. Why don't you ask him for his technical skills?
You should have learned. I'm not joking anymore, Dave. At all. You should have.
So what the fuck was this the last 3-4 years? What the fuck was that then?
Learned. Now you got fucking military on your ass. You got FBI on your ass. You got me. they can throw out to the RCMP. Why didn't you go tell Tiffany Rodriguez that fakes her identity of me?
By the way, you've just committed 3 separate crimes right there by stating that you had basically all 3 of those organizations investigating me. And you know it's false, and we've proven that you know it's false, okay? That's the biggest thing. When you can prove that someone knows that they're lying, that's a immediate conviction right there. And we know that you're lying. We know that, and you know that, okay? You know you're lying, and we know that too, okay? You can't hide that. And it's funny because you'll keep going between, well, the FBI know where you are, to, well, the FBI will track you down, to, well, I've got, I know where you are, to I don't know where you are. But that's the thing, though. If you are getting, that's the thing, though. I guess you've never gone to the fucking police. But if you're going to be going to the police and filing these reports, they're going to be asking you that information. Okay, do you know where this actual individual is? Like, if you can give us an actual address, that would be perfect for us. We'll know how to coordinate perfectly with the local authorities. We'll provide them with the necessary backup information so they understand the situation. Maybe they want to speak to you as well. We want to understand the situation before we send anybody there. This, obviously, he hasn't contacted police. Obviously, only through the phone because he's a pussy. He's never gone to the police department like I have. So he's doing it over the phone, like blah, blah. So he doesn't understand the protocols here. What's involved?
Doesn't you know if she's fucking male or female?
Hold on, let's go back.
That's it.
There's a few things loaded here.
You know what you're doing, and I know what you're doing. Right? Mr. Doxbox 1 and 2? Dave wrote.
If I called my computer Scunty and Softie Rat, would he be just as triggered? Because I kind of think he would. He doesn't like what I called my computers.
If and when I find you, you better hope that I...
But hold on, if and when I find you, but you have previously said, and you know what? I wish somebody like TSS too, who's made great videos for other people in the past, I wish he would go through these videos and because we heard it literally previously, where it's like, I know exactly where you are, to if and when I find you. Again, the combinations of the total, like, the fucking hypocritical lies and double statements that he makes, like after the other, would just be so funny in a compilation form. Like, I know exactly where you are, to... and then the next clip is, if and when I find you. So it's just, it would be a glorious honor that someone would choose to spend their time doing that for this. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But more importantly, you would benefit too from the laughs. And hey, Ken, I know you love your clips. Why don't you fucking do that? And why don't you do that as a feature for Foulmouth's, or should I say Jen? I should have called you Foulmouth Jen. For Foulmouth Network. You could put that up, and that would be a fucking hilarious display. But all right, so let's continue. Welcome back, Tiff. But that's the thing, though, with you, Tiff. You were always on his mind. He's still getting, like, he's still conflicted on that. You know that. And I'm, you got to think also, he's like even thinking, well, I guess if she was trans, I don't know. I mean, I do kind of like her and those tits, I don't know. My teachings, my alien teachings, I can't get them out of my head. I don't know what to do. I think that's probably where the obsession comes from. It's that, or just tattling on the fact that he literally threatened. He literally committed a crime here in Canada with the whole sex revenge porn crap, and he knows that he's tried to justify it, saying, "Oh, that was sexual assault on me. Like, she did it without my consent." And he fails to tell the entire story that really reveals that it was a consensual, two-conversation discussion And it was only Scunty who decided to try to use that as leverage in an attempt to try to blackmail and intimidate an individual. Seems that Tiff is now reading or listening to the point where I just mentioned that in the chat. Obviously, it's delayed. And she's laughing her ass off saying, "You're right, Dave, LOL." So, I think it's the confliction to that whole tranny thing that really has him on the tear. But let's continue. We have some more juicy, juicy morsels here.
I don't find you before the FBI does.
Excuse me. And I know that we do go off a little bit on tangents from time to time, but we'll rewind a little bit there. And this basically just reminding everyone where we left off. He is contradicting what he just said, which is he knows exactly where I am and who I am. Remember, who I am. Who are you? Who? But he also knows what I'm doing. So now he's moving on to saying, if and when I find you. Throws everything that he just said in total disagreement with his current statement. But let's continue.
Xbox 1 and 2. Dave Rose, if and when I find you, you better hope that I don't find you before the FBI does. That's all I'm going to tell you.
It's also funny. It's like, if and when I find you, you better hope that the FBI finds you. It's like, well, hold on. Now you're playing with time. Like, don't you think that I should want to wish that the FBI finds me before you do? Is that what you were trying to say? Or were you trying to put a threat there saying, like, if and when I find you, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to resort to violence. Because, hey, it's only the internet, Ken. It's only YouTube, Ken. It's only a joke, Ken. But, if you dare say anything about me, if I actually have to track you down physically in, hundreds of kilometers away from, well, thousands really, from my province to find you, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to inflict physical harm on you. Because that's how I prove my point that I'm the nice person and you're evil and you hurt me by saying bad things over the internet. So the only logical response is for me to inflict physical harm on you. Just let that sink in. And Scunty, let the truth sink in.
That's it. And I'm serious. You have no idea who you're dealing with, Dave. No idea. Told you this a long time ago when you worked with me, brother. You should have learned. I'm not joking anymore, Dave. At all. You should have learned. Now you got fucking military on your ass. You got FBI on your ass. You got me that you can throw to the RCMP. Why didn't you go tell Tiffany Rodriguez that fakes her identity of me? That doesn't even know if she's fucking male or female. Go tell her as your witness in the tribunal. How fucking detrimental it is that I'm coming to kill all of you. Why don't you go tell the world, Dave, that Scott McKinnon...
It is a little detrimental when you kill people. It's not usually the most productive thing to do.
As your witness in the tribunal. How fucking detrimental it is that I'm coming to kill all of you. Why don't you go tell the world, Dave, that Scott McKinnon's such a big threat. Scott McKinnon's coming to kill all of you.
Well, I don't have to, but I mean, I do my part. And I also catalog this as many other nameless individuals who, I'll protect them if they want their names named, no problem. But they're, they've always got their eyes out, just like you apparently do. But you've got to wait until I produce something. Like you said, you better not do the tribunal or else. Well, we did the tribunal and we got no else, So you're always waiting for someone to produce. And I've always got people willing to bring me all these little tidbits and such. And individuals that, unlike what you said, would rather see you go down. Not me. you. And they've got a vested interest in this because you have affected their lives. So they provide the proof necessary to show exactly what I say.
Advocate's coming to kill all of you, bro. I'm such a big threat. Put me in jail, Dave, because we're all waiting.
You need to learn the law, dude. If the Crown presents these and they convict you, well, it's the Crown that got you convicted, dude.
We're all waiting, bro. It ain't happening. You're gonna get fucking busted, Dave, for the shit that you've been doing.
Can you please explain what shit I've been doing? I have yet for you to actually detail what exactly has Dave Rose been doing and how it is illegal. Like, I've broken down what you've done multiple times, used graphics and all that sort of stuff, highlighted the crimes, done it all, read it all out. When are we getting that from you?
Legally. We're all waiting, bro. It ain't happening.
No, that's what you can't keep moving the goalpost there. That's what people said for the longest time with the tribunal. Because A, they were idiots. B, they were impatient. C, they were fucking attention whores like S.E. Steve. And D, because they didn't understand the true brevity of what was required. But once that was done, most voices piped down. But Mr. Goalpost Mover here, no, that wasn't good enough. Now we move the goalpost. You can't do that. Okay. I've stated facts, and it's just funny that this guy wants to play that it's not true. And he straight out lies about this. He knows this is a lie. He's like, I talked to the police, and there's no slowdown in the way that the law is working. Non-essential surgeries have not been canceled. There hasn't been a a move to force employees to work from home. And, he's ignoring that. And as such, well, he's ignoring it on purpose because it makes him look bad. But the bottom line is that he's ignoring the fact that, yes, there is a slowdown even in legal cases. And the thing is, I'm not even going to explain. This is what he wants. He wants me to telegraph my moves. Now, when you're fighting terrorists, for example, you're not going to tell them, we're going to be flying a sortie over this area of the mountain at this time to bomb what we suspect is a potential terrorist hideout. Specifically because it might get you shot the fuck down. And you're also allowing for tactical knowledge to the enemy that could essentially utilize it to make your effort a total waste. So, why would I even fucking reveal the process, who's been contacted, all that? I told you, I'm on vacation now. Like, the tribunal, I did a fucking bang-up job. I, appreciate Nikki's help on that. And everyone else that submitted clips throughout the years and screenshots, I appreciate every single one of them. And I also appreciate every single person that actually viewed it and took the time to actually watch it. But when it comes to this stuff, I've already talked about how it's not going to be televised. I'm not telling anyone the process, how long I'm not going to keep people updated. There's going to be no blog update on this. There's going to be nothing really. So, Scott's impatient really just shows his lack of intelligence, his lack of tactical knowledge. He says that he works with the military, right? He works with the military. He didn't even complete basic training, but he works with the military. And he doesn't understand the basics of tactical knowledge. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, I thought every soldier was forced to read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I honestly thought that was required of all soldiers around the world. I mean, wow. Let's continue here with this little charade of his, trying to puff up his chest and make him sound like Mark Scunty. Let's see if I can do that the way that Ken does it. Mark Scunty. No, only Ken can do that.
You're gonna get fucking busted, Dave, for the shit that you've been doing illegally.
What laws?
That's why your obsession is with me, because you know that I know what you're doing. And what you're doing in your household with your father is illegal.
God damn it, they're onto my illegal gambling ring and dogfighting organization. Damn it. He knows. He knows. Okay, I gotta... Oh, and fuck. He probably knows about the brothel as well. All right. I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls, send a few texts. But we'll do that after. I'll do that after the show. This is more important, you know. I still got time, you know. He said that he's gonna contact them, I guess, some point this week. So I just gotta wrap up operations here at Casa del Rose.
And I see your computers, and I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Ha 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 ha! Ah, this is so funny. It's so funny that he actually thinks that I'll swallow this tripe. I see your computers, and I know what you're doing. Coming from the guy that did not know what the definition of DDoS was, who does not even understand TCP/IP to even understand what packets do. What else was there that he didn't really know about? Where, you know, he tried to... Again, this was always the case where he's like, well... I would say something, he's like, well, what is that? And I'm like, well, you should know. He's like, well, no, you tell me. It's clear that you don't know, Mark Scunty. You literally are a fucking child. So you're trying to fish that information out to pretend that you know about a topic that you don't know about. So keep talking like you know about things. Because here's the thing, though. If you knew what you were talking about, you could provide a very simple log. In fact, your ISP could do that. They could provide a log straight to the police. And technically that would prove, according to the insinuations that you've made, you haven't said anything specific, but there's a few slip-ups you've had. And, you know, these logs would definitely prove that. There's no way that you could fake that. I mean, it's very simple. You've heard where internet providers get indicted, like they get subpoenaed because, you know, the government suspects that maybe somebody's running a child porn fucking website through their computer. There's a gambling website, you know, something like that. And they're forced to give up the records to that connection. That's how it works. If you've got all the evidence. If you got all the evidence, baby, that should be no problem. It's a simple open and shut case. You even said it, open and shut. Well, what about the logs?
Dave, and you're not taking me down, I'm going to have you investigated. Before I die, before I go anywhere, whether you like it or not, you will be investigated. And you will not hide anything, Dave. I don't care if you bury it in the fucking backyard. You're not hiding, Dave. You're not hiding. We're finding you. No matter where you are, we will find you.
But you said you already did know where I was. So what's with this fucking flip here, flip-flopper? Softie. It's unbelievable that you are just so goddamn soft. Chipmunk-looking motherfucker.
You're making it all too easy for me, Dave. You're putting these tribunals on now. Scott McKinnon got to go to jail. You're making it all too easy for me now, Dave. You're making it easier. If you didn't understand that.
Oh, this is so funny. The delusion is so great. And listen to how worked up he is. Listen to how much it consumes him.
You're actually making it a lot easier for me, brother. I appreciate that.
It doesn't sound easy because you're freaking the fuck out. You're still deleting your videos. You're looking like shit. How is that making it easier for you?
Thank you, Dave, for making it so much easier. Find out where you are.
Well, you said you knew where I was, so which one is it?
No, I'm not a threat, Dave. No, I'm not. I'm not coming to kill you, buddy. It'd probably be better if I said that for what's coming for you.
Oh, that won't sound good on a curdler.
Probably be better. Dave Rhodes gonna get busted. Hard time.
Busted for what? What? Can you cite at least one goddamn law? Or at least the concept of the violation of, whatever. The law, your rights. There's been a violation, a crime has been committed according to you, a violation of the law. Can you at least provide one solid example of that while citing a law? Can you?
Guaranteed. Dave Rhodes is not a who you think he is. He's a very illegal criminal.
By their definition, criminals are doing illegal things. Now, I'm just wondering if the double negative connotes some positive. So, like, it's an illegal criminal, so does that make them good? Or, like, it negates their criminality?
Very illegal shit that Dave Rose has been doing on.
But I won't tell you what it is. Just take my word for it. It's just very, very illegal stuff. Stuff, in fact, that will make me say that he's a threat to national safety. He didn't say national security, which is the appropriate term, but he said national safety.
His computer for quite some time.
Hold on, what did you say about my computer?
Very illegal shit that Dave Rose has been doing on his computer for quite some time. And I do have documents of it. And several other agencies also have Dave Rose documented. So it's going to be a good...
So if they've got me documented and I've done some very illegal things, I mean, if they know it, it's basically required of them to take action, right? So whether or not they've got a file for some sort of indictment, perhaps send a visit, they would have taken that action. If they're aware of this and it is as bad as you say it is, I would have been contacted by now.
Great day when Dave Rose's door gets booted down, but we're just deciding when and where. We're waiting for Dave Rose.
Is this the same where you said that you would be watching and reviewing the tribunal live with your team of lawyers and police? Is that the same sort of situation where, like, this is going to be done at your time and like at what's the best word? Sort of on your time, sort of thing. Like, when it goes down, you get to choose how it goes. You're in control of the investigation. You're literally like the captain who's talking to a multinational cross-border criminal investigation. Like, this is movie level shit here, where the teams of like the CIA mon and the FBI mon and the janitorial staff at the Buffalo YMCA and the RCMP too, like it's all of them, and I'm there. Imagine this: I'm there, and I'm directing this operation, and it would be a great movie, mon. Everyone, it'd be so believable, mon.
It'd be a great day when Dave Rose's door gets booted down, but we're just deciding when and where. We're waiting for Dave Rose to make his next strikes.
But that's the thing, though. You said that exactly would occur once the tribunal is released. Well, it was done. You keep moving the goalposts. This just proves how powerless you are. You are literally the emperor with no clothes. You are the boy who cried wolf. Okay? no matter what you say, it carries no value. It has no weight. So no matter what, it's still pointless. Whatever you say is pointless. It doesn't intimidate anyone. It doesn't scare anyone. You've been proven a liar, and you're basically inhabiting all these insecurities.
Because every day Dave Rose goes live on air, humiliates himself, dealing with autistic people like Bullfrog and thinking that he's so intelligent to be so overpowering over people like Bullfrog. Oh, I got a great show for you. I'll be a superior Dave Rose, and I'm going to show you how to make an autistic person cook, and I'm going to make fun of him and crack jokes of him. I'm gonna crack jokes at an autistic person making rice all day, and then I'm gonna have all my 40 fucking loser friends laugh in the background. Let's all laugh at fucking retard Bullfrog, because we're all so much better in life. Let's all laugh because we're all unemployed at 45 living with our fathers. Right, Dave Rose? Why don't you go cook some rice for me? Why don't you put a fucking cooking show on for me, Dave Rose? You fucking faggot.
What's this obsession with me? Why do you want me to do a cooking show for you? This guy's so desperate for attention. He's so fucking gay.
You fucking loser. Go fuck yourself. You're all fucking insecure and you're all projecting on each other. I see it.
Oh my God.
Every one of you for what you are. That's why you're fearful of me. That's why you guys want to take me down. That's why you guys always want to take me down. It had nothing to do with the threats. Y'all threatened me. Every one of you have threatened me. It has nothing to do with the threats. You're scared of me for speaking the truth, plain and simple. You can't handle the truth, so you gotta go and you gotta fucking do a tribunal and get warrants out. Good luck with the warrants, bro, because it's gonna backfire in your ass. Hard. Good luck. Good fucking luck. Mark my fucking words. You wait till you fucking see what happens, you fucking psychos. All of you.
Mark. Scunty. Mark. My words. Scunty.
Travis and every one of you. Wait till you see what happens.
Oh, Travis. Travis now has committed some sort of crime. And, we know that the Chi-Coms have, a lot of investment in America, so they can grease the wheels. So I don't understand how their primary operative in America, according to Scunt, would somehow not be able to do what he's clearly capable of. But this is just hilarious. And I have yet for him to even have Scott say what anybody did. He's always said, "Oh, Travis and Yig and Ken," but it's just like, but he never gives the reason. It's like, well, you did something illegal. You better watch out. The cops are coming for you. But it's not like, well, you committed X crime, and this is the statute in your state. And I can cite these examples, and you did it on these dates, so I can prove this. So he doesn't. That's not even in his mind. He literally thinks life is like TV. That's how he thinks it works. I'll just, call the police, and they'll say, "We're right on it, sir. We're sending a SWAT team. We're right to this guy's house." All right, Scunty, let's go. I think he stepped out for smoke or something.
You'll
There we go.
all get it one day. Oh, you'll all see. You'll all get it one day. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody's scared to talk in this chat here tonight. Where's all the doxing? Huh? Where's all the fucking JV accounts and JV's wife accounts? Where are they all at? Where are they all at? Looks like a lot of people are nervous right now, huh?
Why?
Looks like a lot of nervousness. All I detect is fucking cowardice and shaky arms.
And shaky arms.
You'll fucking learn. You'll all learn. You'll all learn. You'll all learn. You'll all be held accountable. Every one of you. Every last one of you will be held accountable for what you said and what you've done. Every last one of you. And you can thank Dave Rose for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank Dave Rose for this. You're almighty Dave Rose. You can thank him.
I love it. I love it. I've got the penthouse at the luxury resort that is known as Scunty McSoftie's head. So fucking, I'm right up there. Fucking total penthouse, luxury estate. And it's rent-free. Thank you, Scunty. I do appreciate being, living there rent-free, causing all these triggering events. It's truly a great honor. And I know that I've got to be, have my stuff packed because quite often, we've got talented individuals like Nikki Nines who will then basically win that prestigious award. And you got to be ready to, pull out of there quick. And, Ken gets that spot too many times. So it's a very often used luxury suite, but it is reserved for only the greatest. Ain't that right there, Scunty?
I love this. Good luck trying to find me. Yeah? Is that right, Dave Rose? What's that, Dave? Good luck trying to find you?
Yeah. Should I say it again? Good luck trying to find me? No, sorry, that was more of a question. Good luck trying to find me. Was that sexy enough? Or should I do it more like a goofy, like, yuck, good luck trying to find me, Scott. Yuck.
Huh? You want to fucking go out there and run your fucking mouth, do you, Dave? You want to go out there and run your motherfucking mouth and then tell Bullfrog and tell the whole world. Huh? Is this what you want, Dave? Is this really what you...
I think I've made that very clear, and I've responded to this multiple times. And then you said, if this is what you want, well, you go ahead with the tribunal and you'll get it. And I did, and I'm still waiting. But that was with so many different things that you moved the goalpost on. So, yeah, this is what I want, and we know that you're not going to do shit. How does it feel to be so powerless, Scunty? I don't think I've ever met somebody in my life that really, truly was as weak and so much as a pussy as you. I don't think I've ever met anybody, quite like you. I don't think anybody has, to be quite honest.
want? And then tell Bullfrog and tell the whole world. Huh? Is this what you want, Dave? Is this really what you want? Is this really what you want?
So, good luck trying to find me. There's ways. Yeah, there's ways. A certain individual out there seems to keep claiming that he can do so, and we haven't heard it.
Oh, you talking about an alien boy?
That's right, Mark Scunty.
Is he still...
Oh. How laughable you are, Bullfrog, when Dave Rose is the one that wanted to put a tribunal on you just like he did me. He doesn't like you. He doesn't respect you. He treats you like a joke. He doesn't even know what autism is. He doesn't even know what you have. He doesn't even respect you, bro.
Not like I would, man. I'd hold you close. I'd pet you. I'd kiss you and sniff you. It wouldn't be like them. We'd be totally different, you and I.
And you sit there laughing at me because it's not happening to you. You're so scared of him. You're so scared of him, Bullfrog. You're so scared of him doing this to you that you're gonna sit there and claim that I'm the alien boy. I fucking defended you and Junebug more than anybody in this community. and you all turn your backs on me. You'll learn one day in the eyes of Jesus and the eyes of the Almighty Lord, the real God. You'll see. You'll see.
Who's he not after? But, let's see here. Costanza says Bullfrog can bake a cake next. So you're not going to eat anymore?
You guys think it's a joke. You guys think this is a joke, huh? It ain't no joke.
And that's it. And that's it. So we've now reviewed, and I know that he had another video after this one. Like, this was 5 hours and I think 47 minutes. And then he went live again, and apparently while I was doing my review, he was snoring through his. So he had fallen asleep at some point, and he had, I guess I saw a little bit of it before he removed it, but he had started that stream with some fire, I guess, from the remainder of this video, and eventually just got so tuckered out that, you know, he fell asleep on stream, snoring, and wasn't able to get, you know, anything like any videos or clips from that. But you know, if anyone has them, I'm more than willing to play them. But I wanted to mention that. But that, you know, that was a powerful amount of review, because it was hilarious. So I did 6 hours yesterday. This is 3 hours about now, while reviewing about 1 hour's worth of audio. So that's not too bad. Ratio, you know, isn't too bad. But yeah, I mean, I consider the last 2 days, like, well, today and yesterday, quite comical. I wasn't even sure if I was going to review the end of it, because I was having those audio issues and stuff, but I thought I'd give it a shot at least. Now I'm going to have to go back to all my settings and revert them back to what they were, because it's really this clip that really fucked things up. And, you know, we saw that because he was just talking so low and so forth. But, you know, we got it on the record. All those delicious threats that he's made, that he's clearly serious on. Okay, so we know this. And he's the one who has now provided that to us so that we can present, you know, even further evidence to whatever law enforcement is, you know, department, county, whatever is necessary for them to proceed with any actions that they need to take. I mean, this guy is literally harassed. I mean, so many different people. Let me finish my thoughts here. I'm going all over the place. But he was bringing up Bex in this video. And it just goes to show that he can't let things go. And he'll still threaten. He'll say, I never did this. I could have, but I never did this. And it really goes to show that it is something that he's tacitly trying to use as a form of control, of power, and potentially intimidation. So he thinks that people don't see this, and I'm guessing that maybe either he dealt with a lot of stupid people that fell for this shit, or it's just all in his mind. But, you know, it's just funny how he thinks that people will just swallow his lies without even questioning. And when they point out the most obvious thing, it's like, how dare you question me? You think you're smarter than you think you are. Like, this is literally embodiment of Mark Scunty. It's hilarious. Just like, you call out somebody on their bullshit, and they're acting like a child. And it's just, it's pathetic, the tantrums that this guy has. And I mean, I can't wait. I was actually listening to Power Trip 14 earlier today while I was prepping for this show, because there's so much gold in there. And yes, a lot of the stuff is repeated, but there's new stuff in there. And it's also just funny to point back at the fact that, okay, we're hearing the statement literally for the 50th time, not the 45th time, the 50th time. And Scott says the same thing at the end of it. You better not do it, or else. And it's just so funny because it is that little child who keeps coming up to you and pestering you, thinking that he can go up against you, that he can talk shit to you. And yet when you literally just push him down with your hand and he falls to the floor and cries that, you know, you somehow attacked him and that he was in the right to be harassing you and punching you. Like, it's just so funny the way that this guy works his mental gymnastics. And he thinks that people are going to stop reviewing him. Like even D. Welsh and Amanda, he was threatening them, saying, "You better stop talking about me or else." What do you think what are you going to threaten them with? What are you going to threaten them with? Nothing. You have nothing to threaten them with. So, I mean, it's so funny. Why don't you go away? Nobody wants you around, and people have said, leave us alone. So, why don't you just do that? You think you're so powerful, but you're not. And you somehow think by stating, nothing's happened to me so far, therefore nothing's ever going to happen to me. And what you're saying, Dave, despite everyone recognizing it being logical, being obviously factual, regarding, you know, the slow movement of the courts and such and all this, that I don't agree with it, so it's got to be wrong. So I can do whatever I want, and I can keep making these threats and doing these illegal things because you made me angry. You made me sad. It's, ladies and gentlemen, I have probably single-handedly done, you know, quite a lot here when it comes to exposing the continual pathetic excuses that Scott is constantly making. And I have no qualms about it because this person, as I've shown and proven multiple times, is a danger to himself and others, and as such needs to be put away. He can believe whatever he wants, but the most important thing and the most enjoyable thing for us is to watch his descent into insanity. It's not our fault that he has committed crimes, but he's still liable for them. He's still going to be held accountable for them. So there's nothing wrong with, imagine while what's his name, Charles Manson was alive, if people were doing like YouTube reviews on the shit that he said and calling him out on it and shitting on him and all that, imagine him having an outrage in jail and saying, how dare they do that? You know, they better stop or else. What do you think you're going to accomplish? Nothing. And on top of that, it's not illegal either. So, Scott, we've just seen this. This has been a fairly good video because we've seen him expose himself yet again, but go to the point of full delusion, exposing how, for example, he says, well, the military's on to you, the FBI, the CIA, with no knowledge on how law enforcement works, especially in two different countries. He's so pathetic. He is worthy of being laughed at and held in contempt. And hey, let him think whatever he wants. I already told everyone this, that, you know, don't expect a SWAT team to literally take him down while I'm doing the tribunal. But hey, some people were really hoping for like a Hollywood movie. Scott was probably hoping for something more definitive, which is why, again, he's panicking, because he doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. He just doesn't know. And his ignorance and his paranoia fuels that even more. It's not my fault, though. That's his fault. So, yeah, well, like I said, I'm not going to telegraph my moves. And those that choose to take information from the tribunal and present it to their law enforcement in, you know, some effort to have you held accountable, I'm not responsible for that either. I know that Scott's constantly saying, well, you can blame Dave Rose for the destruction of the community. No, that's not how it works. It's so funny, this delusion, and it's just been so fully exposed. And this guy, he just keeps coming back and thinks that somehow he can erase all this evidence and just with a few words, just have people ignore what he's done. And it's too late now. He's just shown himself for who he is. And no amount of Bible verses, no amount of repenting will ever change that. And that in itself is a victory to many of the victims of his fucking abuse out there. So just remember, you're going to keep winning and keep continuing to win, because this guy is going to continue to expose himself until he shrivels up and there's nothing left. And he's really pissed off at the fact that finally he's reached a point in his life where he's being held legally responsible for his actions, and he has no control over it. I guess he's always been able to talk his way out of things, but I guess he just doesn't like the fact that he can talk big on the internet but can't back it up with actual intelligence and knowledge of the law to do something. It's such a sweet, sweet justice. And it's so deserved by each and every single one of us. Now I'm going to close off by having a smoke, so that gives us all about 5 minutes. And if anybody wants to call in, I'm willing to take phone calls at this point, Skype calls. But this was a very good, productive episode of Power Trip, episode 15. And thankfully not as long as yesterday's. We still got some really good stuff. We also saw a fairly good number of people show up here. I think we got close to 45 people by the end. Well, at some point in the show. 45 concurrent viewers. And no, that is not... that's not a pun. That's actually the number that I saw. But, if anybody does want to call in, feel free to do so. If you're gay, you're probably going to go watch WWE Raw now. Starts in 12 minutes, I believe. Also, just to summarize as a post, a prologue, I should say, of everything. I think it's prologue. Whatever. Scott's this recent video that he came out with was especially good. I didn't watch all the ones that he released because, as we've seen in the past, he's done this. He'll release a bunch of small little short videos, and then he'll do a couple of long live streams. And I wasn't able to catch all that. And most of the stuff was sent to me. So, I did what I could. We still got some great stuff. And I think, the interaction here, the amount of triggering that we've caused, and, almost the guarantee that we're going to get another video fairly soon from him, I think was mission accomplished sort of thing. So, I do notice a lot of people were in the chat, and I do appreciate them for showing up. And I do remind you that he said by this week he will have an aerial view. That really triggered him, by the way. Remember, when he keeps bringing up certain things, you know that was something that particularly triggered him. So the aerial view of my house, he is saying that this week he will have a aerial view of my house. And then it's done. Although we know that he says he already knows where I am. So I don't know why he needs, an aerial view, because he knows where I am. But, hey, if he's got that, he could easily put it up there. Scott is the type of guy that would probably, air that live. Here's the thing with me is that what I did was I got the address. All I did was pop it into Google Maps. I got the map view, switched it to fucking satellite view, took a screenshot, copied, pasted into the chat, and there we go. So that was the epilogue. Thank you, Sergeant Harbin. Yeah, the prologue, I believe, is the beginning. But yeah, it's funny how these sorts of little things trigger him, and they mount up. He's all these little things. Junebug, fucking bullfrog. It's crazy. Shannon. He says he's cool with Shannon, but he brings her up. It's sad and it's hilarious at the same time. And it's fully within our right to laugh at this sort of thing. We don't owe him any compassion, mercy, or sympathy. He has chosen to bring all this upon himself through his own actions alone. And his continual signs of obsession and psychosis just prove what we've been saying for the longest time, which is he needs help because he's a danger to himself and others. And hey, despite how much he wants to have a tantrum, that's been proven factually correct. So maybe that's another reason why he's just so panicky, because he knows that his conduct on the internet will sort of prove this and correlate with his conduct in real life, where you can then connect it with, say, being arrested over situations that happen on YouTube. So if on Ken's birthday he was already so invested that he'd get so drunk that he'd be willing to fight cops, then what would happen now, where he's literally gone to shit and is totally consumed by people calling out his criminality and he being powerless to do anything about it? What do you think he's going to do now? See, that's where it's open and shut there. That's where it's open and shut. So he wants to deny this. He wants to ignore it. That's fine. Well, keep making those videos and the evidence just keeps accumulating and further proving what I'm saying and what other people have said. So there's nothing you can do there, Scunty. And your lies have been exposed. And you can't really do a thing about it. So apparently YR wants to call in. I don't know why he isn't calling in. I see that one of his connections, I guess, is online. Here I see in the chat he says, may I call in? Oh, may I call in? Well, then what's stopping you? You're not blocked. All right, let me adjust the volume levels. Yo, hold on. Wait. Hold up. Okay, speak.
Yes. Yo.
Okay. I think I've adjusted the volume back to its somewhat normal levels.
I do have a couple ornaments.
What the fuck are ornaments?
Well, a couple little.
This isn't a tree here.
I have a couple little sidebar, not sidebars because it has to do with Scott, but a couple little extra deals here. Basically, when you were live yesterday, I believe, he went live because he slept, right? He was live sleeping, and then like he did another stream, but he was talking and stuff. Basically, he was reviewing him.
I remember a little bit about that, yeah.
Around like 6 Easternish yesterday, little 6 Eastern. So a couple things, and I should have fucking recorded it, but he did say about Shannon. He did say, "Oh, Shannon, great wife, huh? Great mother, spy around the community. Yeah, great." You know, he said that a couple times, those lines, and which No one needs to go there, and but I should have recorded it. But yeah, I mean, he goes there with the wives, which I don't appreciate.
He was talking
But,
about a lot of people's wives on this stream. He was talking about Charlene, Heist's wife. He was talking about Shannon. He was talking about somebody else's wife. Whatever.
Oh, Tony.
Tony's wife. Thank you.
Right.
Or girlfriend.
And Tony is feeling sick lately, so everyone just give me your prayers. And I don't know what. I will be making my appointments. Well, yeah, appointments for the vaccine coming up soon. I mean, I've a couple older friends of OR's gotten the 2-doser, and I mean everything's fine, and they're older and everything.
Yeah, but this stuff isn't gonna materialize till 2-3 years later.
Well, they're saying about the boosters and all that bullshit. What do you mean though? It's not gonna work for 2 years?
No, as in like you're not gonna see the side effects, the long-term side effects. Till 2-3 years after the shot, because again, the thing is though, normally it takes about 10 years to properly vet a vaccine and to actually test it out. So you've got to start with animals, all this other shit. You got to see how flesh responds. Then you've got the clinical trials where they're doing it in controlled environments. And then eventually, by the time that they sort of weeded out all the bad shit in the vaccine, that it's not going to cause adverse reactions to the majority of people, although there's never a guarantee that it'll be 100% effective, nor that there won't be adverse reactions, because there always are. They just try to minimize that as much as possible so that they don't get fucking sued into oblivion. But
do you think us being smokers, cannabis, whatever, is there some type of deal where when we get a vaccine, we get more of a chance of getting COVID?
Not these new vaccines. These are RNA vaccines, and it's gene therapy. They're changing your actual gene components and shit. It's really, really bad. And it's...
Yeah, you don't have, if someone like me don't have kids, I have nothing to worry about. Right?
No, because the thing is, though, in... who knows if in 3-4 years you start to get crippling arthritis.
Oh my God!
And you can't even fucking wheel your wheelchair around.
Jesus Christ!
Like
you're gonna take it no matter what. Like you're gonna.
No, you don't. There's vaccine passports are illegal, so you can't be forced to do that.
Well, people can. Well, they can say. They can force their right of business and say no, go somewhere else. Or, you know what I'm saying? They have the right to not serve you business, whether it's a concert, whether it's a sporting event.
That can be debated that can be debated in court, because there's a constitution. Because that's the thing, though, you're being discriminated upon, okay? And discrimination under certain avenues is illegal, especially one that compels you to do something outside your moral choice. So that actually is it. I can't remember again what it falls under in the American system. That's freedom of conscience here in Canada, Section 2. But it's fully within your right. Like, yeah, they can start to make certain statements like, well, you have to have the vaccine to come in here. Well, that's the thing, though. They might try to state that, but if you say, you know what, fuck that, I'm going to sue them, and your team of lawyers goes up against theirs, and they prove constitutionally that that's an infringement on other people's rights. Well, the government's going to say, the courts are going to say, sorry, company, you're gonna have to figure this out. We don't give a fuck what you do, but guess what? You can't exclude this guy. Sorry.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Texas, the governor did put out the thing. I mean, there's baseball games, full capacity going on. So it's like, I mean, in your opinion, as of now, last thing on this for me, but is there any benefits of getting it? Like, will the vaccine cure or cure all of that? Won't stop the COVID? You really don't believe that?
I know it's not going to fucking do it. I've seen the math. especially with an experimental virus, and you're the fucking guinea pig.
Damn, dude.
If they somehow had something that would treat this, that was a vaccine, I should say, to treat this, that already had 10 years worth of, just testing prior to it actually being officially used, that may lead to more credence to the effectiveness of that. But guess what? We already know hydroxychloroquine basically kills COVID. It straight out kills COVID, and there's no reinfection. So it's both an aphrodisiac, which is not an aphrodisiac. What the fuck am I saying? It's prophylactic.
Yeah.
It's prophylactic, and it's a cure. So it prevents, and if you do get it, it cures it. Simple as that. Plus zinc, plus vitamin D, plus vitamin E. This stuff, and it's already proven. That's why Trump got shit on so much when he even suggested this. But so many other people. In Texas, there's this African woman who is a doctor who straight out came out and said the doctors and Fauci are lying. We've treated these people with this stuff. My social media has been shut down. I've been silenced. So we're having this press conference here on the steps of this hospital. And all these doctors with me, this was in Texas, all these doctors with me agree with the same thing. Hydroxychloroquine cures COVID and it prevents its infection. And we're being shut down by the mainstream media and the big pharmaceutical lobbies because they're not going to make a profit from a drug that was approved 70 years ago and has been used successfully in the third world and other places in the world to solve a series of different maladies.
Obviously, the big big pharma wasn't behind Trump. That's why Trump wasn't really, that's why they're throwing out the hydrochloroquine. That's why they're throwing out the others. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's more than just the big pharma companies, but that's what it is. Now, is there anything that you wanted to discuss on what we just discussed with?
No, just the whole with the Shannon stuff or whatever that he made that snarty comment a couple times. The whole.
Well, he called that police department and was basically telling him, lying to the police, that you told Keith to show his testicles.
Right.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Well, I don't know why he's calling that one. He should be calling the Florida. Call that one 45 times, Scott. I mean, they're all at.
You obviously heard the police call, so. It's just funny that he thinks that he can just say whatever and it's perfectly fine. There won't be a problem, blah, blah, blah.
A couple of emails do some justice. So, it'll take. Connect the dots. Other police departments calling other police departments. Hey, so it's all matter of time. But other than that, Dave Rose, brother. I'm watching Raw.
All right, go watch your bullshit.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Bless the Dave Rose fans out there. Thank you.
All right, that was YR. Not much of a constructive conversation, but regardless. Well, I guess on that note, we're going to end the show. Thank you so much for joining us here. I hope I provided some form of entertainment for you today, as well as some evidence that can be easily provided to law enforcement to further cement the proof that Scott McKinnon truly is mentally ill and a danger to himself and others. So on that note, have yourselves a great night, and we'll see you next time.